Hey, welcome to KocoSports Weekly Monday Night Raw Review. I am the huge one, aka the idiot, Dave Koco from KocoSports.com, KOCOSports.net. Takes the same place where the world comes to cash, a home for combat sports above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. As always, we ask down in the comments if you did watch Monday Night Raw and you're seeing this more as a post-show, as probably most people do. Put down in the comments if you thought this was a win, loss, or tie. We will be getting to a lot of your live comments tonight because we're going solo. And once again, we're competing with the WWE Network. And I apologize if you wanted to watch this live and WWE Network. It's just this is the only time I have free on my schedule to do it. All right, so let's break down. What do I think of Monday Night Raw? Nothing happened. Like, if you missed this Monday Night Raw, you missed nothing. This is watch YouTube clips on Monday Night Raw's, WWE's official YouTube channel. There was some average stuff, like nothing. Like, if you slept through this Raw, if you just woke up the next day and you're like, the only thing you really have to know of noteworthy is John Cena got busted in the nose pretty bad and continued on with the match. That's the only thing. Everything else, like, nothing happened. Michael Cole turned into a YouTube commenter. He's like, first. Like, all right, Michael Cole, we get it. It's the first time young talent had to fucking carry and put over fucking the Golden Boys. Wow. First time that's ever happened. Michael Cole went absolutely crazy. And another positive was the primetime players. They were enjoyable. But besides that, there was like, everything was average. Like, everything is average. If you missed this Monday Night Raw, you're the big winner. You're the big winner of tonight. Down in the comments, please put win, loss, tie, what you thought of it. Please watch other alternatives. And this week is a great time to watch other alternatives. And even if you absolutely love WWE and you're like, I'm a WWE fanboy, I'm WWE through thick and thin. I love the WWE like a Brooklyn guy loves the New York Mets. All right. You love your team no matter what. You're going down. You're in Chicago. You love the Cubs no matter what the Cubs do. If you're that WWE fan, still support the products. Like Lucha Underground this week is going to be amazing. It's coming down to the final 2 shows of the first season. New Japan is doing the G1. And even if you don't, go and be like, well, I will never leave WWE. I'm married to WWE. I remember the time when it was the Nasty Boys and the British Bulldogs. I'll never turn my back on the WWE. Blah, 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 blah. If you're that fan, hey, dude, I'm not even going to knock you. I'm not even going to knock you. I'm a Rays fan. I'm a Bucks fan. I understand what it's like to be loyal to a shitty product. But still, also check out other alternatives, because that's the only way WWE is going to improve. It's kind of like you're going to go check out Lucha Underground this week. You're going to check out the G1 this week. And if you check out these products, these other products, and they find out like, hey, WWE fans enjoy in-ring ability, maybe you'll have better matches. Maybe it'll start improving. They do listen to their fans the way a government listens to their fans. It's 80 years too late, and they're like, see, we're not bad. We're not bad people. We listened to your complaints 80 years ago, and now it's awkward that we still have these laws in place, but we changed it because the system works. That's how basically how the WWE reacts to fans. But if you get a chance and you actually love the sport of pro wrestling, just watch alternative products. I know, like, people are like, I watch TNA is fucking WWE. Let's be completely honest. I know TNA fans are going to cry and be like, it's different. Watch alternatives. There's Lucha. There's Pro Res. There's a lot of great indie companies coming up that I need to watch more. Also, a lot of great European wrestling coming up. So we live in the internet age, and even if you're going to be a diehard loyal WWE fan and you thought tonight's was a win, please check out other products just so that WWE, which is basically a monopoly, has to improve. Now they're finally giving us women's wrestlers, not just divas. Look how long that took. I remember people complaining about that in the 90s. I remember people complaining about that in the 80s. I don't remember a time where someone came up and be like, I wish women's wrestling really wrestled. I don't. Ever since I was a little kid, I was a little baby kid, and YouTube and the internet didn't even exist. And you're like, oh, this fabulous Moolah. I wish she had real opponents. I wish they had real women's wrestling. I'm like, all right. the attitude error. Yeah, Stone Cold. Yeah, we never knew he was going to become a podcasting bitch. But yeah, Stone Cold. He's a man's man. Just ask Piper. Even then, they're like, I wish women wrestled. Last week, I wished women wrestle. And now, 80 years late, they're bringing in women's wrestlers. So please, even if you love WWE, check out other alternatives because, man, it's not a bad show, but it's 3 hours of nothing happening. People make fun of Arrow's last season for nothing happening, but at least they gave you a cliffhanger at the end of the episode. Dude, there's nothing. There's not even a cliffhanger. There's nothing to hold on to. Did it move any storylines? Did anything change? And of course, Hulk Hogan made tons of headlines, and what a sad, ugly story that is from every angle you look at it. So maybe they just played it safe on purpose, but that doesn't explain last week and the week after and the week that. But you know what? Maybe we should be happy. I consider it a tie, and it's not horrible. So maybe it's a step in the right direction. I don't know. Please, in the comments, give what you thought. We'll be breaking it down little by little. The opening promos. Ladies and gentlemen, do we even have to review the opening promos anymore? Oh, Brock Lesnar is going to fight someone. The bad guy fucking takes advantage. Oh, the good guy comes out. Oh, my. The good guy's going to have to take on the bad. It's just the formula. The formula is broken. All right. The only highlight was, and it made me giggle because I'm a John Cena hater, when Stephanie McMahon says you have to earn a title shot. I just, you know what? When I die and if there's an afterlife, and let's say I wasn't a good YouTuber and I go to Vince Russo's hell, and that clip is just going to play over and over and over until I get insane. It's just Stephanie telling John Cena he has to earn it. That is my hell. I don't know if there's an afterlife. I don't want to get too deep on this. But if there is, and I go to your naughty version of the afterlife, just know that I'm going to be tortured with that segment over and over and over. Just that line. John Cena, you have to earn it. Moving on. Let's go to the first match. Boom, boom, boom. You got Dean Ambrose versus Big Show. And a lot of people always like, oh, why do you hate John Cena? I think John Cena is the best he's ever been right now, but I still hate him. And I hate the whole system. A lot of people like, it's not Vince McMahon's fault. It's John Cena's fault. It's not John Cena's fault. It's Vince McMahon's fault. It's not Kevin Dunn's fault. Listen, when you're an NFL team as a quarterback and he throws 900 fucking interceptions, you don't say it's just the quarterback's fault. That's a fucking team. That's the general manager. That's the owner. That's the coach. The whole package and the quarterback. And this is why. Look what happened to Dean Ambrose. Did you know? WWE's not going to tell you this, but I figured I would share this information. Did you know during the Christmas break, and that's when people shop the most, online, in stores, just worldwide, people love shopping around Christmas. Do you know who sold the most merchandise but had a very, very, very small selection? Did John Cena sell the most merchandise? No, because WWE would be banging that drum like he banged that girl in that movie. No. Well, who sold the most merchandise was Dean motherfucking Ambrose. He sold the most merchandise. Barely had any goddamn merchandise out there, but sold the most. If you're a WWE fan and don't go online, do you know that? No, because they don't brag about it. Now, go from Christmas to tonight. That's what happens when you beat John Cena at the game. That's what happens. And that's why people are hated. They hate him. And you know what? It's just unfair. It's really unfair. Look at Dean Ambrose from Christmas to now. All right, well, that's what you get. Dean Ambrose sells like a madman for Big Slow. Winner by countout is Big Show, but they try to recreate, in my mind, the Undertaker Jeff Hardy match, which, by the way, I hate Jeff Hardy, and I'm not a big fan of Undertaker. It's one of my favorite moments on WWE. That was such a great story that they dropped. They try to recreate that. Ambrose keeps coming. Big Show charges him and crashes through the count. So basically, the first match is Mr. I sell the most t-shirts during Christmas just sound like a motherfucker to a fat slob that should have retired a long time ago. It's going to be a long night, kids. There's nothing horrible about it. It's just not good. Boom, boom, boom. Next, you got Fandango versus Neville. If you blinked, you missed it. The big thing is during this feud, they were really advertising Gold Dust versus the Arrow. They're going back and forth, the actor who plays the Arrow. And I'm not going to lie. This is not my cup of tea usually, but I'm very interested. I am very interested in this because I think if this happens at SummerSlam, if this happens at WrestleMania, I think this is either going to be a surprise like Snooki. Snooki was a surprise. I didn't expect that from her. Or it's going to be the worst thing you've ever seen. But either way, I'm buckled up and waiting for the ride. An Arrow / Mr. Casey Jones. If I could call you by your birth name, Oliver Queen. I always add a McQueen. I watch the Arrow and I love it, but I always say McQueen. I don't know why. But Arrow, Mr. Arrow. We'll call you. We'll try to be respectful. Keep kayfabe alive. I love you. I absolutely love you. I love your TV show. I have a man crush on you. And with all that said, dude, you really fucking suck at this. Goldust is keeping it alive. But as for the match itself, Neville wins with the red arrow, and it was short. It was really short. You blinked, you missed it. Boom, boom, boom. Next is the Divas / women's wrestlers thing. And I'm really excited for women's wrestling. I saw a couple people on Twitter complain like, oh, well, they're on the teams. It's boring, this. Look at the men. The men are just as fucking boring. So let's pump our brakes. It's only like 2-3 weeks in. And of course the women are boring, but that's not fair to women. The men are just as fucking boring as the women. But we do have to pick on it. Paige, never talk again. Ever. You're just, you know what? You're just never talk again. The only woman, and some people say Stephanie McMahon, but we'll say women's wrestlers to eliminate Stephanie McMahon. The only women's wrestler that seems real and can cut promos is Sasha Banks. And I love Flair, and I love the NXT girls. And at one time, I absolutely loved Paige, but now, I don't know, I'm willing to give you a second chance, but man, you seem like a horrible person. The only one that seems like a legit, real tough woman, a real athlete, someone who's not acting. The other divas, they literally could put on mustaches and do like a Lucy thing. I'm like, I'm tough. It's like, no, stop. The only one that like holds their own that's not embarrassing in the promo department, in my opinion, is Sasha Banks. Because she doesn't go over the top. She knows what she is. She knows her character, and she's not trying to be John Cena, not trying to be Daniel Bryan, not trying to be a man. She's like, no, I'm motherfucking Sasha Banks. Fuck you all. And it's just the most believable one. I mean, Paige, holy shit. We knew you sold out, but really, do you not fucking... Moving on. But looking past their horrible promo skills, and if someone sees Nikki Bella... Moving on. You get Paige versus Sasha Banks, and a lot of times I say Paige is one of the biggest busts in WWE history because I've been following her career since she's been fucking 6 months old wrestling the indies. and they did a great documentary. I wish I knew the documentary's name. I always bring up the documentary about Paige's family. Paige's mother is actually one of the best female wrestlers of all time. She's, I don't know, she has to be at least 9 billion years old, and she can still hold her in the ring. And just, man, I feel so bad for what Paige has become, but she still holds her own. It's an entertaining match. The women, I think, stole the show next to the main event. The main event was interesting, but mostly because of a nose injury. But Sasha Banks does get the victory, and it keeps the women's feud alive. And I'm kind of glad that at first I thought it was going to be, the storyline was going to be the NXT women teaming up and just beating the hell out of the Divas. But I'm kind of glad they broke them up because then you get to see some really decent matches. I hope Becky Lynch betrays Charlotte some way, somehow, so that we can get those NXT women's matches that NXT fans drool over and talk about and go crazy about up on the WWE stage. But as of now, I still have a fear that Nikki Bella is playing John Cena with tits. I was going to say with a vagina, but that would have been inaccurate. With tits. So until we see where this Nikki Bella storyline goes, will it be any good? Who knows? But you know what? For an absolute average Raw, this is the best the women have been in a real long time. All right, so boom, boom, boom. Let's see. Rusev and Summer Rae, they have a segment. First, they bring out a dog. They insult the dog. All right, let me start from the beginning because this is so fucking ridiculous. I know I just want to skip past this and get to the comments. So this will be the last segment, and then we'll get and we'll get some live comments in. But Rusev cuts a promo how he treats women way better than American men. He gets, Lana Jr., aka played by Summer Rae, a dog. He insults the dog, then calls it Dog Ziggler, which I thought, kind of cute, kind of funny. Moving on. And then he gives her a dead fish, and says Lana is like a fish. And then Lana's had enough. She comes out and she beats up Summer Rae. By the way, I understand, there's a lot of great women's wrestlers. I don't know if Lana or Summer Rae are in that category. And I understand, the women are doing amazing things. But with that said, WWE boyfriends are still the worst boyfriends in the business. Like, for real. Go just look every time someone, like, even the faces and the heels. I understand, strong, independent women. I'm not, going to knock that. I don't want to ruin the feminist train rolling, whatever. But, dude, you still need some decent men. You need some decent boyfriends. Rusev watches his girl get beat the hell down by the old girl, and does absolutely nothing. And all right, I know you're not, gentlemen are not supposed to hit girls, but at the same time, if your girl's getting her face shoved in some rotten fish or fresh, who knows, fish are just disgusting, but you can just step in and be like, hey, listen, this is a little too much going on. And then Lana slaps him, and that's the segment. Somewhere I skipped that Lana says that you still have it for me and everyone knows you're a phony, but it's bad. It's just bad. And it's one of those things. My wife was in the room during this. I just don't think, I think they're so out of touch. Like, if we have any women viewers tonight, gentlemen, try not to be as bad as Rusev. But if we have any women's, do you find this entertaining? Because I watch women's television with my wife, and nothing is this bad. Nothing. Like, not even soap operas, anything. Like, no, there's nothing on television as well. That's not true because I don't watch reality TV. But there's nothing on television that's written by a writer that I've seen that is worse than this. Absolutely. It's like, why is this good? Like, I mean, even let's talk to Stephanie the Feminist. Dear Stephanie the Feminist McMahon, do you honestly think this is good? You're a woman. Do you think this is good? Love, fucking angry white guy. All right, moving on. Yeah, so that fucking happened. All right, when we get back, we have an actual highlight. There's something good that happens. All right, Bullet Club Biggs is watching us in Google Plus. Yeah, Google Plus and YouTube are having a divorce. I hope that Google Plus and YouTube still work together for our shows, because it makes it so much easier. I don't even know if I'd do this show if it wasn't for Google Plus and YouTube's connection. And I don't know. I'm one of those guys. I feel bad for Google Plus. But yeah, Bullet Club Biggs, only one. All right, boom, boom, boom. People are retweeting us. Much love. Appreciate that. Friend Yelly sends us a simple message. Fuck Cena. All right, well, nice, simple, to the point. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. People are actually commenting on a G1. Yeah, if you guys check out our G1 reviews, that'd be awesome. Because my dream is maybe one day I can review, other products and still get it. We're 11-1. 11-1. Son of a bitch. We can't even stay undefeated for the first comment section. Hard times. Hard times. All right, we got some spam comments. That's not spam. Dear YouTube, you have to learn what spam is. That's not spam. That's actually... Moving on. All right. Carlos says, I am first. Comment. Shit, I need a life. Laugh my ass off. I don't know. Enjoy your life the way it is. It's weird because, like, I do so many things, and I do weird things, like review Raw, and I write books, and, I do podcasts on weird things. I run companies. Do whatever makes you happy, man. Like, I noticed, like, the get a life thing is so weird. It's like, oh, you make YouTube videos, you must be a loser. Well, you're commenting on YouTube. But anyway, no, enjoy your life. You have a life. Don't matter. You be you. And as first comment goes, whoa, calm down, Michael Cole. Calm down. Power Play says, John Boy, why you always got to be put over by everyone, including you, John Boy. LOL. Get the reference? Sure. I don't know. Probably if I have... No, I don't get the reference. I'm just trying to be cool. I'm trying to blend in with the YouTube commenters. Carlos says, G1 Climax. I'm not used to the format for this year. I normally don't mind multi-men tag match, but New Japan goes overboard with them and gets me off the show itself. I just skip them regardless how good they are. And no, I completely understand that. The G1 changed the format because of wrestlers' health, and still Nakamura might be hurt. But yeah, it's weird because the athletes are putting on good matches, but it just doesn't seem to matter. And it's like, oh, I can't wait for the second half. But no, I understand what you're saying. Cash Money Brandon, that's such an awesome name. Who would you rather see in the Attitude Era, Dean or Bray? I don't know. I don't think Dean. I don't think Dean would get a fair shot. I mean, if we know this, who the person Stone Cold Steve Austin is, I think Dean would he would be pipered out of that job. Bray, I think, would hold his own because Bray would most likely feud with a young Undertaker. So I think I would rather see Dean just because I like Dean Ambrose better. But I think Bray Wyatt would have a lot more success there. What you gonna do, brother? Obviously not hang out with Bubba the Love Sponge. After the nose being broken, I thought John Cena might put over Seth Rollins, but nope. Hashtag LOL Cena wins. Yeah, it's just they defeated me. A lot of people are like, oh, can you rant and rave? Why? Is it going to change? If CM Punk gets a cameo in WWE 2K16, will they put it in an interview quit match where he just walks out and joins the UFC, or will it just be a Chicago couch match? LOL. Sorry. Thought of that today and just had to. Yeah, no problem. I mean, I don't know. I'm a CM Punk fan. I understand why people are angry at him, but I really don't. I mean, people have quit their job before. If you're not happy, leave your job. I mean, especially if you have fuck you money. I mean, I don't understand that, like, the loyalty to someone that treats you horrible. You only have one life. Why? If you hate your job, like I don't mean to give. I'm gonna give myself a early Barry Horowitz because I'm gonna get on a soapbox. I literally have over 20 jobs, over 30 jobs, some more successful than others. But I'll tell you what, I work 24/7. I don't go to clubs. I don't really watch television. I don't really watch movies. And everything that I do, I spin into a small business. So, but I'll tell you what, there's not one job I hate. Not one. Not one. I've always loved what I've done. And if I haven't loved what I've done, I've left professionally. Now, granted, CM Punk didn't leave professionally, but has WWE treated people professionally? But yeah, I think with the Hulk Hogan situation and the Benoit situation, does it seem silly that CM Punk is getting that same treatment? But we'll see. I would love to see him in video games. I'd love to see him work it out, but at the same time, you can't be like, oh, WWE fucking sucks. They treat people horrible. You're a quitter. How dare you quit? I'm on my 6th job this week that I fucking hate. I'm just like, no. Kevin Eric Snell says, huh? Dave's got bass in his voice this week? Lower than usual, anyway. I think I'm just worn down. I don't know. Sometimes my voice gets cracked. I do a lot of talking. I never shut the fuck up. Did Vina win? Vina always wins, sir. That's from Dogs Wrestling 241. Power Play. Terminator is a pretty order DLC for the WWE game. I'm wondering if I should buy it. Nope. It's just up to you. I didn't buy last year's because John Cena was on the cover, but I don't know if I'm going to buy this year's. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I want to buy it, but then like I have 87 kids. I have the money and I want to buy it, but I have like 87 kids. So when I go up to buy it at the register, I'm like, what if all my 20 jobs go bankrupt? And yeah, I better save it for my kids. I don't know. I don't spend money on myself too much, but if you enjoy it, buy it. And Terminator, it's a bit weird, but the video game culture loves that stuff. And this year, the one good selling point is, well, two good selling points. John Cena's not on the cover. And the second one is, from what I've read online, it's supposed to be the biggest roster ever. And I like that. I just giant rosters. And as far as DLC goes, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. Cash Money Brandon. It would help if we stopped promoting title matches for later in the week, then put Cena in a title match that night. Everyone knows Cena won't lose the title when he's facing Owens in a cage in San Diego. And yeah, that's absolutely amazing point, Cash Money Brandon. And with that said, too, is like that's where JBL and Michael Cole and the writers have to cover for that. Like all you have to do is if John Cena's facing Kevin Owens in a steel cage match, and if he still is champion, the title will be on the line. Like it's just paying attention to close details. Which one thing, there's a lot of stuff I hate about WWE, but I think the one that really grinds my gears the most that's not named John Cena is how they just don't pay attention to details. You have to have pride in that. It's just there. The Moon, welcome back, The Moon. I haven't seen you live in a while. Raw sounded awful as usual, but I reference a comment I made in an earlier video, Dave. Dave, are you now prepared to admit Paige is not a bust and admit she's had bad opposition? Well, are you? The jury's still out. I was still a little negative. I was really negative on the promo. The match was pretty decent, but as of now, I'm going to say the jury's out. I would give her a couple more matches, but I don't watch Total Divas, but from the clips I see, I mean, the fact that she's on Total Divas, the fact that, moving on. Yeah, I won't say I'm going to give her a couple more matches before I give an honest opinion. She had a good match tonight. I'll give you that, but it was the worst fucking promo I've ever heard in my fucking life. Dog Wrestling 241, he just has 2 question marks. All right, well, hey, welcome, question mark, man. The Big Show Claude CZ from Tough Enough Fat. Oh, all right. Mirrors still exist. You look into one. Oh, so he called. Okay, Power Play. Yeah, your iPhone is really messing with you. Stupid typos. My phone. Not. Well, I don't use the phone because my wife's phone. I hit typos all the time, and also on my computer, it's a Japanese computer with UK English, and the spell check is absolutely horrible. And not only that, but they also have autocorrect. It's crazy. I think you're getting beat up by autocorrect. And the reason I don't have a cell phone, I see a Google Plus. The reason I don't have a cell phone is because I live for the internet when I'm in front of the computer, and if I had a cell phone, I would have no life. So like I go out of my way not to have a cell phone. So I don't know, people find it to be completely effing weird. But, I love the internet so much that I know that if I left and had a phone, I don't care what's going on. My best friend's funeral, I'd be like playing Poco Pang. I would be answering YouTube comments in an important business meeting. Like, Dave, should we give away everything for free and never make profit again? Yes, I'm talking to a troll on YouTube, so that's why I don't have it. The moon. Raw. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. All right. But yeah, the only okay. So yeah, Big Show's fat, and he's calling other people fat. Yeah, it just happens. Ugly people call uglier people ugly. Dumb people call dumber people dumb. The real dumb people call themselves smart. Um, then the only black guy gets dropped after getting cheated by all the crowd. Yep, Hogan was wrong. Yep, only him. I don't think the voting's legit. I don't. Now, here's the thing. If Hulk Hogan had a time machine, how much do you think he would have saved Patrick? Like, well, first off, he had a time machine. He probably would have been friends with Bubba the Love Sponge. But let's say the time machine only goes back a week or two. Yeah, I would have been like, oh no, I'm going to use my save. Maybe that save could have saved your career. All right, when we get back, Jose, you will be the next comment. We'll try to get to as many live comments as we can, but let's just go back to reviewing this. I really enjoyed this match. It had a little bit of fast-paced tag team match, and the primetime players were absolutely hilarious. I just thought they were awesome on commentary, did such a great job, and it just seems so real. I don't know, they're having fun and they're having a good time, but it feels real. Like, that's the problem. I talk about this with Triple H and his friends. You ever notice when Triple H and his friends are around, it looks like they're having fun, but nothing else looks like they're having fun? The primetime players look like they're having fun. And people enjoy that. Like, if I was more positive and like, everything is awesome, my views would go up, my thumbs up would go up, but I don't. But people just love people having fun. People love people being genuine. And this was the first time in a really long time, maybe since HBK gets Triple H to laugh, where you're like, no, those two guys are having fun. Those two guys are enjoying life. And it added to it. The Lucha Dragons and Los Matadors, you know, had a pretty decent match for WWE tag team standards. And basically, it was an enjoyable WWE entertainment thing. They had tons of people on commentary. They were poking fun of themselves. It was just a good time had by all. It was an enjoyable segment. And then the end of the match, the New Day distracts them. They're saying Kofi Kingston's the best dad because Titus O'Neil won the award. Some award. I don't know. I want to recount. You know, I might have got 2 votes. I have 3 children, and I would have got 2 votes for Dad of the Year. But yeah. So while this is all going on, the Los Matadors are distracted, and the Lucha Dragons win. And I think if you throw in the Usos, this is an enjoyable tag team division. And not only that, but they also brought up Puerto Rican bullfighters, and JBL got into it with Titus O'Neil. And Titus O'Neil, I don't agree with much on Dave Bautista, especially when it comes to pro wrestling. I love Dave Bautista as long as he's not a pro wrestler. As soon as Dave Bautista's like, I'm a pro wrestler, I'm like, I fucking hate you. Dave Bautista's like, I'm not a pro wrestler. I'm like, yeah, I respect you. You're a good person. But Dave Bautista, one thing he did say about it is like, Titus O'Neil should be a main eventer. And I agree. You know, he's just fucking what WWE looks for, except for one thing. Well, maybe we'll ask Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan, that will be the next one that leaks out. Oh, I feel so bad for the whole thing. I don't feel bad for Hogan. I just feel bad for fucking humans. That's a horrible thing. All right, moving on. Bray Wyatt cuts a promo. I'm sorry. I apologize. Wrestling Rantin proudly presents the Bray Wyatt promo. And according to Wrestling Rantin, I wrote this promo. But it seems like the reboot is back. They got back together. Luke Harper is back with Bray Wyatt. And the Chosen One, I guess, has returned. And I am completely happy with this. I love Luke Harper. Just an amazing indie wrestler, amazing big guy. And he was just lost in the shuffle where all 3 Shield members, when they broke up, they all, one way or another, did well. I think the Wyatts, when they broke up, it was like, all right, Bray, put over everybody, but you're not getting buried. Yeah, Luke Harper and fucking Orange McOrange. Yeah, fucking yeah. Just I think Superstars is calling you. So it's great to see the reboot back, and hopefully it adds some life to it. There was some crazy internet rumors that before the rant, Hulk Hogan or Sting was going to be a third member of the Wyatts. I don't know. I've heard some crazy shit this week online. But I don't know if there'll be a third member, but it would be interesting. It would definitely be interesting. But I'm glad there's a Wyatt reboot because I think once the Wyatts broke up, there was nothing interesting about them. And I know Bray Wyatt is awesome at cutting promos, but if the promos go nowhere, what does it matter? It's like Glass Joe having a hype man. Like, Glass Joe's the greatest boxer of all time. He lost again. You know, it's just so I'm really intrigued by this. I've been calling for a reboot. I've been calling them to get back together since they broke up. You know, I thought the Shield breaking up, yeah, it's heartbreaking as a Shield fan. But at the same time, you're like, oh no, they can hold their own on their own as long as you don't sell more merchandise than John Cena. Damn you, Dean. Damn you. What were you thinking? Such a cool T-shirt. But the Wyatts, it was like they were just lost in the sauce. I mean, what happened to Bray Wyatt? People online argued if he was buried or not for fucking 97 years. It's like, no, no. Bring it back together, regroup, fucking retell the story. If we can reboot Spider-Man every fucking week, we can reboot the Wyatts. And it's not like WWE pays attention to its own storylines anyway. So this is the most excited I've been for Bray Wyatt in a while. And none of that, but I got to give my buddy Wrestling Rantin much love. Go check out his channel. He also does Raw reviews. They're a lot shorter, but he also has video clips and stuff. So it's like, this is, how did he describe it? We're The View and like ESPN Radio, and he's like Sports Center. So go check it out. But yeah, I enjoyed this. And this is the first time I can say I enjoyed Bray Wyatt in a real long time. Because a lot of people are like, that was an epic promo. And I'm like, whatever. And no, this ain't a sponsorship spot, and we have no idea. You know, obviously, it's so weird that you have to say that on YouTube these days. But Funny or Die did a really funny skit with Bray Wyatt. It's not Bray Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt, the character. It's a real funny skit. I enjoyed it. So go check out the Bray Wyatt Hulk Hogan skit on Funny or Die. All right, and that leads to Charlotte and Becky Lynch coming down to the ring, and we're like, fuck yeah, women's wrestling. We go to commercial, we come back, and here comes the Divas. Nikki Bella and Alicia Fox. I enjoyed this, and I'm to the point now, obviously, I don't think Nikki Bella's good, but at the same time, she's really improving. And when you keep improving, when do you cross that line of being good? And we've been talking about this for a while. Is Nikki Bella good? Is she not? And, you know, some people, man, whoa, you get really heated up about those divas. But overall, I enjoyed the match. And even as a John Cena, that's not fair to Nikki Bella. I hate all the Bellas. To John Cena, a Cena and Bella hater, you know, she held her own. I wasn't sad. Becky Lynch gets a nice armbar on the Fox, makes her tap out, and it's kind of cool that they keep Nikki Bella away from these people, and there's a storyline. But if Nikki Bella wins at the end, like John Cena always does, it's just heartbreaking, and that's the thing. The WWE is horrible at telling stories. That once you have a good story going, there's always that they'll fuck it up. And I hope one day WWE gets out of that. And I know it's like, oh, well, online fans, super fans, blah, blah. But yeah, even the most positive YouTuber out there, you go to them and look them eye to eye and be like, but was it good? They'll fucking deny. Like there's this one YouTuber, and I apologize, I forget the YouTuber's name. He goes on, he's like, well, people that hate Nikki Bella only say she's a whore, this, that. He goes on maybe a 5-minute rant how Nikki Bella is but never says what her good qualities are. It's, you know, it's just crazy world we live in. But I do believe Nikki Bella is improving, but at the same time, it's just, you're nowhere near the NXT girls. You're nowhere near the knockouts. Well, the higher up knockouts. You're nowhere near, the Japanese women. You're nowhere near Sexy Star. But, that's John Cena's wife, and what do you expect? Well, they're not married, but you know what I mean. It's John Cena with tits. And I would say John Cena with vagina, but then I would be repeating the same joke over and over. Then I'd be Michael Cole. No! We get to look at WWE's Racist Enough, Patrick's elimination. Then after that, we see Orton and Owens walking backstage. Then we head back to commercial. And let me tell you something. Dear Twitter, dear people that consider themselves smart, can we stop that? Think about it. Okay, I love so much about life. But let's just take another complete hobby of mine. I love Japanese baseball. All right? Do you go to let's take baseball. Japanese baseball is a little vague because you got Japanese. Let's take ESPN and baseball. Does Baseball Tonight brag about how smart they are? Do they brag about how smart their audience is? It's fucking insane. Just stop. Just stop. It's fucking insane. But anyway, there's a lot of talk on Twitter and Facebook, and they're like, "Oh, see, people think Kevin Owens is buried," and I don't want to get into buried because everyone has a different view of buried. Buried is like the word racist. Some people think everything's racist. Some people think nothing's racist. The same thing with buried. It's how wide of a definition buried has become with pro wrestling fans and even pro wrestlers themselves is ridiculous. But let's just say that you tweeted out, and I don't want to pick on the podcast, that, oh, Kevin Owens is buried. Oh, look, he's fighting Randy Orton. Okay, I understand you might be mad at the internet wrestling community, but how is wrestling Randy Orton and going to a DQ finish and putting Randy Orton over showing that you're not buried? By that standards, no one would be buried. It's like, oh, people are mad that Kevin Owens lost to John Cena. People are saying he's buried. He's not buried. He gets to lose against Randy Orton tonight. So by that case, Barry Horowitz was never buried. By that case, it's just insane. And I understand the word buried is such a huge word that it's lost value. It's such a, like, oh my God, he's not allowed to fucking wear kick pads anymore. He's buried. Oh my God, he lost 976 matches in a row and shot in the leg. It'd be like, he's not buried. I know, like, the different views. But here's the thing. Defending your point of view of Kevin Owens isn't buried because he gets to put over Randy Orton tonight, I think that's where we have to draw the line. That is where we have to draw the line, Twitter. I mean, I believe it was a mistake that Kevin Owens lost to John Cena. I believe it hurt his career. I don't use the word buried because people are insane with that word. But if you are going to use that word or use the word hurt his career, you can't be like, well, he's wrestling Randy Orton on Monday Night Raw while his opponent out there is hyping up the match and this match really doesn't fucking matter. Say, he's not buried. That's insane. It's an insane way of thinking. And I know people want to be smarter than the next guy. But no, stop that. Just stop. All right, so Kevin Owens wrestles Randy Orton. First off, Randy Orton's tall as shit. That's what we learned from there. Second off is Kevin Owens can work a really slow pace. And why does Kevin Owens always pick on Michael Cole? Is there a match going to be somewhere? It's just, I don't know. And that's the thing. He might not be buried, but I don't give a shit about him anymore. So there you go. But Sheamus is hyping up that he's going to fight Randy Orton, and Sheamus bro kicks Randy Orton outside the ring, and it ends in a DQ. And according to some people, that means Kevin Owens is back, and the internet is wrong. Let's all celebrate. Yeah. So there you go. Fans boo Sheamus. People are going crazy. Cesaro makes the save. Cesaro, man, Cesaro's so amazing. I hope he gets over. He gets a huge pop. And Cesaro gets distracted by Sheamus and then gets hit with a pop-up power bomb thing. And I apologize if I messed that up. So yeah, overall, pretty decent. And that's the thing. We're getting Cesaro Owens at SummerSlam. And as a pro wrestling fan, as a fan of pro wrestling, does it seem like this is the WWE throwing us a bone? Like, hey, listen, John Cena's in the main event. Hey, you're going to get Randy Orton, Sheamus. Fucking Big Show's going to be here, you know. But here's one good match. You'll fucking buy it anyway. So, at least at SummerSlam, we'll have one good match. And, wow, we're already to the main event. WWE United States title match, Seth Rollins versus John Cena. All right, so let's go to some live comments. In the Internet Infantry chat, LK is pimping his Raw review. He did a ROH review for us, so check that out. Check out some of our friends that help us with the channel. LK's Wrestling Review helps us. Wrestling Rantin, Geek Essentials, The American a la carte, T-Sean, was it hashtag WrestleFan Talk? I don't know. I apologize. I don't remember. I just call him T-Sean. So a lot of people help out. So check out other shows. I know, like, in YouTube, people are so desperate. Like, don't you dare leave me. I need you. I love you. But back in the day, before Google paid us pennies to dance like idiots, we used to be a community that had conversations. Now we talk about how you're smart, how I'm smart, and please fucking give me money. And no one else on YouTube exists. It's just not the case. All right. Boom, boom, boom. At Joe O'Hare Comedy, always showing much love. I really appreciate it. Liking and retweeting us. Much love. And Mickey Hibishihiro tweeted us, and he's at Sinister Lob. And he says, watch us on YouTube. Will do. And then he asked us the question, but why didn't that come up on Twitter? Twitter, come on. There we go. Do you think Daniel Bryan will interfere in Cena and Rollins championship match at SummerSlam? I would like that. I would, but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know if it makes sense. Unless, of course, Seth Rollins takes advantage. But I don't know. I don't know. It'd be a huge surprise. I don't think it's going to happen, but I never even thought about it. And, you know, at SummerSlam and at WrestleMania, they try to deliver the best shows. So, yeah, that would be really interesting. And at the _Jan_Bauer liked and tweeted us. So much love. And boom, boom, boom. Facebook. You know what, Facebook? I love my Facebook peeps because they love having conversations with me. They never talk about pro wrestling. They're like, hey, you want to go out later? Sure, real friend. You're my real friend. You want to take me out to dinner, but you don't want to watch my podcast. I'm just being a little silly. All right, power play. Let's say we promised to come back to Jose. Jose Ascata. Sorry if I slaughtered that. Okay, I had enough. Marathon G1 Climax today made me realize that I can't watch this crap anymore. Yeah, please, more people watch the G1. Raw is the worst wrestling I've ever seen. Even the toughest guy in the Indies, Kevin Steen, is portrayed as a pussy in the WWE. He wasn't until like 1 week. Like, it was just weird. They just turned it on. Like, he was supposed to be the next Stone Cold, and Kevin Dunn's like, nope, you're just a bitch. So from now on, I'm just watching your reviews instead of wasting my time watching Raw. Appreciate it. We watch it, so you don't have to. I was so happy when Rollins busted Cena's nose, laughed my ass off. He needs to stop doing the stupid jumping stunner. Oh, my God, worst move of all time. I don't know. The five-knuckle shuffle and his finishers are all the worst moves of all time. You know, I make fun of Cena a lot, and the stunner looks absolutely horrible. But come on, the five-knuckle shuffle, the AA, the fucking, I don't know, the Chris Benoit fucking thing. He's not good. He's not very good at the wrestling. Matter of fact, everyone's making fun of the jump stunner, and because he messes it up, 70% of the time? I'll be completely honest. It's his best fucking move. Even with him messing it up 70% of the time. What has he got? The STFU, AA, fucking five-knuckle shuffle? No way. Fuck it, dude. Fucking dude. Springboard stunners all fucking day. It's not like his other moves are good. I was so happy when Rollins... Okay, we already did that. Let's see. Oh my God, worst move of all time. I don't. It's not even a worst move in his repertoire. And JBL gives more blowjobs to Cena than Nikki Bella. That is true. LOL. And not only that, but like it ruins the whole show because it's like it ruins JBL. It ruins the show. Like there's no bad guy. So it ruins it like in storytelling wise too. Okay, so let's say you're a John Cena fan, but JBL all night is talking shit about the good guys. Well, then here comes your guy. He wins as he always does, and then all three of the announcers say something is great. It ruins it because it's like, all right, well, I don't know. It just ruins it because like there's no overcoming the odds. There's no challenges in his way. And I think that's the biggest thing about John Cena is he doesn't have human qualities. I mean, I don't understand John Cena fans at any age because I believe there is no John Cena fans. I think there's children that's marketed to and wrestling fans who hate us, internet fans, pro wrestling fans, the IWC. I honestly don't think there are John Cena fans out there. I think there's people that hate us and there's kids that are marketed to. I mean, trust me, I was marketed to as a kid. I mean, think of all the stupid shit you liked as a kid. But at the end of the day, you're like, man, that wasn't that good. But yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Boom. Okay, here's my question. No problem. Do you see Ricochet winning the belt at the G1 final day? I would love it, but I think no. But I honestly don't know. A lot of it is Lucha Underground is under wraps. What can he do? Will there be a season 2? I don't know. I'll be rooting for him to win the title. Do I think he will win the title? I don't know. It's a big mystery. To be honest, he's so popular these days. I hope to see him full-time in New Japan to become a heavyweight a la Kota Ibushi. Yeah, I agree with that. The Moon. That's a no then. Personally, I like Charlotte promo. She comes across like a sophisticated real athlete to me. Sometimes, but sometimes she goes to the well with the Ric Flair thing a little too early. I don't know if you watched today's show, but watch tonight's promo with Charlotte, and you might not. Boom, boom, boom. All right, Malik Douglas says, why in God's name did Cena beat Rollins clean? Why in the fuck why? Dun 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 dun. Like, and here's the thing, like I understand you're angry, and but like they do what's wrong for business all the time, but like there's no drama. Let's be completely honest. Let's make this a community. Let's do this community. We're a small community. There's 38 of us. One of us just died on the front line. There's 37 of us right now. 30. Well, I'll count. I'll fill in that guy who died. There's 38 of us right now. Even if you're pro Cena, anti Cena, in the middle about Cena, don't care where you lie on Cena. Did you even for a second think Seth Rollins was winning? For a second, did you think that Seth Rollins was going to get the 1, 2, 3 on John Cena? And I want to hear from a lot of pro Cena fans. Granted, pro Cena fans don't last this long. But anyone. And now another guy died. Son of a bitch. We should stop talking about the numbers. All right, moving on. Let's see. We got some more. Also, I hate how they made the Diva Revolution about the Bella Twins and Stephanie McMahon. You know what's going to happen. A revolution isn't hiring people that are good at their jobs. It's just having common sense and being a good company. You hit a home run with that one. Raw is a loss for just being dumb as fuck and not knowing how to do anything right. The only upside to Raw is that I'm going to watch it before Ultima Lucha Part 1. So Ultima Lucha will look way better in comparison. Yeah, and you get to watch the G1 too. The G1 is in a few hours, so hopefully you guys check it out. Jimmy King showing much love. Hashtag WWE. Jimmy King, you're the man, dude. The Moon says, did you just say Nikki Bella has a penis? I can believe that. If I did, I don't know. Brandon Matthews says, Lana has no training and she is there just because of looks. I'm not complaining though. As long as I don't complain if she's just a valet. But now that she's getting into a feud with another woman and it looks like they're going to have a match, then I'm kind of like, no. If you're there just for your looks, be there just for your looks. We don't need 27 more Bellas. We don't need more, no. Lana, you have a good thing going being a manager. And maybe they just do that. Maybe it's just ECW catfight stuff and slaps to Rusev. But there you go. Brandon says, also, the piped-in crowd noise was horrendous. I really wasn't paying attention that much, but I just assumed. The best is anyone that goes watch Beast in the East, the show from Japan, the best was the piped-in crowd noise for that. That's an all-time favorite piped-in crowd noise of all time. And the best part is people in Japan were actually respectful and cheered for John Cena, and they still piped in crowd noise, and it sounded so bad. Carlos says, hey, Dave, since your G1 Climax reviews are normally at very different and awkward times, I cannot watch them live. You should do a big show reviewing the whole tournament and possible Wrestle 10 predictions, either before or after the Wednesday Super Show or before or after Raw. All right, that's a possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility. Plus, I have to do a Stump the Idiot. Let's see with Facebook. All right. Facebook is talking about contracts. At Astro Rocket says, I hate to defend Cena, but the man does have a really good top rope leg drop. All right. So, yeah, we're giving some compliments here. We try to be in the middle. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Let's talk about the man of the hour, John Cena. The old famous, well, if you don't like him, why don't you talk about it? I've said this before, and I would love to get this on a t-shirt. Maybe I'll put it in just a separate clip. For those that say, if you hate John Cena, why are you talking about him? Pro wrestling is something I love. All right, so imagine something you love. Your loved one, candy bar, your kids. No, this is horrible. I'm dropping the kids, but your car. All right, so you got your wife or your husband. You got your candy, your food, and then you have your car. And some guy comes by and fucks it. That's what John Cena does. He is fucking pro wrestling. And if someone comes by and fucks your wife, fucks your car, and then fucks your food, you're not going to complain about him? You're just like, I'm just not going to talk about it. Anyway, John Cena versus Seth Rollins. The match, this is the problem. John Cena's in the main event. John Cena's going to win. It could be a 5-star match, but now you're hurting John Cena. You know what I mean? John Cena is trying to prove the critics wrong. John Cena is trying to prove he can wrestle. John Cena defenders and WWE defenders everywhere are like, oh, man, see, John Cena is a great wrestler. See, you have been wrong this whole time. But here's the thing. If you put him in situations where he's obviously going to win, they make Superman seem human compared to John Cena. Like, I don't fucking get it. I mean, Monday Night Raw, the main event might be John Cena opening a door. He's an underdog. Can he open the door? Can he pull the knob? And JBL's like, I've seen him open a door. No one opens the door. They call him Big John opening the door. Like, there's no drama. And that's the thing. John Cena is improving. But if you still hand him everything, there's nothing. No one respects the fucking kid whose dad owns a dealership and gets a brand new car. I'm sorry if it's you. No one fucking respects you. John Cena, you are improving. It's the best you've ever been. No one thought, I don't know. I'll go to live comments later. There's never in a million years. Like if someone came to me and said, I will fucking shoot you in the chest if you're wrong. Who's winning this match? I wouldn't even be sweating. I'm like, don't worry, put the gun down. John Cena's winning. No, you're very confident. Trust me, I know. So yeah, John Cena wins. The only highlight of this was, and I don't know, I guess it's kind of sick and demented, but at the same time, you have to give credit. John Cena takes a really bad knee to the nose, and he gets bloodied up. And he continues on with the match. And I got to give props to JBL because he did a really good job at selling this. He did a good job of saying, well, John Cena most likely will not give up. Oh, they're checking him out. And if John Cena gives up, it's not him, it's the doctors. I just thought, back in the day when they had a blood spot and they had to stop and check on the athlete, they did a horrible job covering it up. They're like, he's bleeding. But now, tonight they really hit a home run. So if he couldn't continue the match, it was the doctor's fault, not John Cena's fault, and it told a great story. Now, why is the heel telling that great story? because WWE. But still, mad props to JBL for covering up. But, John Cena does continue the match. In Japan and pro wrestling, people get a lot of credit for that. And even though I hate John Cena, you have to give him credit for that. And he continues the match and hits a AA, I believe, or STF. It doesn't really matter. And John Cena wins. Dun, 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 dun. And then John Cena takes the title and his bloody nose and celebrates. So overall, I give this a tie. WWE fans are going to think it's the greatest thing in the world. Pro wrestling fans are going to say it was fucking pathetic. But overall, just nothing really happened. Nothing moved. Nothing advanced. I don't know if they were in super safe mode because of all the headlines Hulk Hogan made. But nothing happened. John Cena got kneed in the face, and he continued a match like a man. And after that, nothing happened. Nothing. And Michael Cole was like, "This is a first. Michael Colebot, shut the fuck up. We know you were. This is the first time these guys ever fought, but it's not the first time talented people put over the Golden Boys. So pump your fucking brakes, all right?" All right. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's go to some live comments. The review is officially over. From now on, it's just interaction with the audience. So how long the show goes depends on how many comments we have. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, 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 dun. All right, here we go. Wow, 30-2, not too bad. And a lot of people watching. Appreciate it. Much love. Those are good numbers for us. We're a small channel. So we appreciate it. Let's see. I apologize. All right. Let's see. All right. Muhammad says G1 Climax Raw. I don't know. They both are worlds apart in terms of quality. You agree? Yeah. The G1 is about athletes putting on professional wrestling. Monday Night Raw is sports entertainment, just slowing down storylines and not doing anything offensive. So, yeah, it's just worlds apart. I mean, some people are going to like WWE more than the G1, but to me, those are just sports entertainment fans, and there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just when you blindly defend WWE and it's not even good at sports entertainment, that bothers me. It bothers me because you feel like you have to defend it. Like, you don't even have to like pro wrestling. That's just not good sports entertainment. But yeah, it's worlds apart of our quality. It's just two totally different products. And but it doesn't matter because WWE will get more views. WWE will get more. I hope more people check G1. And a lot of times when I do the sales pitch, I'm like, how can you like WWE and not like Lucha Underground or New Japan? But if you do like WWE and you still want the product to improve, check out other products, support them, and WWE is a monopoly. They will change slowly. So you're like, oh, everyone's talking about the G1, everyone's talking about New Japan, everyone's talking about Lucha Underground. Vince McMahon is good at stealing other people's ideas and marketing. He's the Steve Jobs of basically pro wrestling. So if you want pro wrestling to be better, watch other pro wrestling and support it. And WWE is a giant chameleon. They're just going to go with what's popular and steal what they can. So hopefully, checking out other products, even if you're a WWE loyalist, improves. And if not, if you just like in-ring action, there's different styles out there. Like, I love Lucha Underground. I love New Japan. I love Dragon Gate. There's so much, Ring of Honor I've fallen in and out of love with. I got to watch more Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. I'm horrible. I'm a bad person. I don't watch it as much as I should. But there's other options out there. So please watch other alternatives. And we're trying to review more and more alternatives. So people are like, well, this fat guy, I laugh at him once every 36 minutes. Not very funny. But maybe he checks out other stuff. Like, I have a dream that maybe this channel one day gets as much views for New Japan and Lucha Underground as it does for WWE, but I don't think that will ever happen. But a boy can dream. Lee Boss says WWE is shit sprayed with Febreze. Yeah, I can see your point. Ray S says, I cringe every time that Rusev Summer Squidward Ray. Sorry, that got me. Lana and Dolph Ziggler on my television. Yeah, because I don't really blame the athletes. Like, there has to be a writer that knows this is horrible. I mean, Dolph Ziggler can hold his own. Rusev can hold his own. People think Summer Rae is a good wrestler. I mean, there's people out there that think Summer Rae can hold her own. Lana is, over with the audience. But yeah, thank you, Ray, for the input. I can't believe you just compared me with Cole. What the fuck? Sorry, bro. That was a long time ago. I'm really behind on comments. I apologize, Carlos. Some things are uncalled for. Muhammad says, also, you felt that John Cena is like an asset in the WWE or Vince McMahon's mind, but, well, a liability for IWC and wrestling fans. You agree? Yeah, and I also think Vince McMahon, I think Vince McMahon hates pro wrestling, and he'll do anything to not be pro wrestling. I know Kevin Dunn doesn't like pro wrestling, and he's just very stubborn and won the war, and he's basically a monopoly. And pro wrestling fans just want to enjoy the product, where Vince McMahon, not only does he want to make money, but he also wants to have an image of being a clean, squeaky thing. Because the thing is, we now live in a PC era. Like, if the Hulk Hogan, tape, the sex tape and his racist rant tape came out in the 80s or the 90s, everyone would be like, oh, fuck, that sucks, Hogan. And that's it. And it would move along, But now we live where, like, if you say anything wrong, it can ruin your career. And he just plays to that audience. I think they even know John Cena's not that good, but they're just like, oh, well, people love rainbows and puppies. Let's give them rainbows and puppies. But, yeah, it's just, I don't know. I wish what they did with John Cena now happened like 5-8 years ago. Because then I could, like, respect them. But now it's been like 10, 12 years. It's like, all right, you're improving, but you're still having everything handed to you. I am Mikey. Mike Ashman says, Seth knew Cena wasn't going to put over the main champ of the company, so he went into Tyler Black mode, destroying his nose. LOL, fuck Cena. Yeah, I don't know. I think he's probably scared, because think about it. Every time, I mean, look at Mr. Anderson. John Cena and Randy Orton and Big Show and Sheamus and these selected people that are in the D Club, they can ruin your career. Like, I'm pretty sure he's nervous as fuck. He's buying. I mean, look at just the way people talk about Nikki Bella. Paige literally sucks off Nikki Bella. That's insane. But it's just the way it is. When you have a company where ass kissing comes first, then talent and productivity is never going to be first. And you have lots of money, but other companies that have lots of money fail often. But hopefully Triple H and Vince, for WWE's sake, turns it around soon. But I don't think they will. And the problem is, there's so much propaganda out there, and there's so many people out there that are like, oh, this is awesome, even when it's not. Like, if you meet me in person, I don't know if any of you live in Tokyo, but if you meet me in person, I'm the same fucking person I am when the camera's on. I'm fucking, maybe Boom Boom says I'm a lot more calmer on camera than in real life. But I hate the fact that there's so many people in the media and YouTube that will fucking spew a message where, I'm so smart, John Cena's bad. But then when you meet him face to face, like, oh, John Cena sucks. And it's just sad. It's selling out for what? I don't know. It just seems like selling out now is a career. All right. And especially in pro wrestling. Raw is, this is from Shallow Wolf. Raw is bore, Raw is snore. Raw is hashtag LOL Cena wins galore. Oh, this is like a song. Raw is okay. Raw is a chore to watch. Raw is the core of my depression. Raw is 4 fuck-ups away from making me cry. Raw is the door blocking me escape. Raw is a filthy whore. Shallow Wolf 2015. I apologize that I ruined your wonderful poem. I should not do audiobooks. Ryan Steckberg's thoughts on Brock Lesnar. I don't know. I'm indifferent to Brock Lesnar. I see why he brings value. I see why people hate him. I'm glad he got. The one thing I am happy about Brock is he left on his own terms and came back with fuck you money. And now, I don't know. I respect people that have fuck you money. I think that's like my real American dream. That's my dream. My goal in life is to have such a low style of life, but have so much money where like I can just have fuck you money. It's like, oh well, I just like right now my house is way too expensive. I have kids going to private school, but like I would love in a couple years, my kids to be out on their own, me live out in the country and not have an expensive place in the city. I don't know, just Brock Lesnar. The one thing I do respect about him is he has fuck you money, and I don't know. I just that's what in a world of ass kissers, the guys who have the fuck you money and live the life they want to live, I respect. So I respect Brock Lesnar for that. But outside of that, I don't know. I'm indifferent. I enjoy his matches, but I'm not a super fan and not a super hater. I rooted for him in the UFC, so I thought if he never left, he would have been the best wrestler of all time. I mean, if Brock Lesnar didn't leave, there would probably be. You know what? And I know this sounds crazy. It might not help his paycheck, but entertainment-wise, if Brock Lesnar never left, I think it would have helped out John Cena, Randy Orton, and thing. I don't think people would hate on John Cena as much if he could share the workload with a Brock Lesnar. So there you go. Muhammad says, you know what? I have a way to make WWE Raw much more fun. All right, bring in the Terminator to have a match against anyone, and let him be smashing bones and decimate WWE wrestlers every week, just like WWE 2K16, but for real. Oh, man. It sounds good on paper, but I don't know how old or young you are. Go watch WCW RoboCop. Sometimes things on paper sound amazing, but they just don't deliver. And that's what I'm worried about the Arrow situation. On paper, it looks absolutely awesome, but will it be? Power places. I'm not angry. It's just like to poke fun. No harm intended. Please don't kill me, Punk. No prob. Papa Punk or CM Punk? I don't know. The Moon. CM Punk was quite right to quit WWE, but his antics on Twitter and in interviews since then has confirmed him he's a giant child. Yes and no. It's a weird situation. I agree to it to a point. And I'm a CM Punk fan, and I understand he acts like a child, but sometimes you have to act like a child to Twitter. I mean, you're just having fun. I mean, Dana White fucking ripped people. Sometimes, in social media, you're just like, fuck it. I fucked with a troll this week. It's just eventually you're just like, all right, let's see how far this goes. But it's weird because when CM Punk didn't say anything, all the wrestling podcasts were like, he owes us. You better tell us the story. And then I'm like, no, I don't think he owes us. Fuck him. Let him be quiet. Then he does the interview, and then you're like, oh, all you do is complain. Well, yeah, he left the company angrily, but he went months without saying anything, and then people begged him. And then he said something, and he's a bitch. So sometimes I wonder. And I think the fact that he's in UFC and doesn't have a fight, and UFC wants to promote him like crazy and send him out there, I think sometimes he is like stuck because he's like, I have to be a celebrity for UFC. What the fuck can I possibly talk about? And then sometimes people just hold them to such a high standard. Like I remember CM Punk, he gave it he gave an opinion on a fight, and people were like, how fucking dare he? And I'm like, you can't give an opinion anymore. So I think it's weird. Do I think he bitches a lot? Yeah, but I think it's his personality. I bitch a lot. I just think it's his personality. But you can't be like, CM Punk, how dare you not talk to us? CM Punk, you're a bitch. Why are you always talking to us? And I'm not saying you do that, but I think a lot of people did that. I don't know. I'm indifferent. Do I think he bitches a lot? Yeah, but he has to stay in the spotlight. Like all the time, people are like, well, why the fuck are you here? Why are you getting interviewed? Well, because UFC is going to pay a lot of fucking money, and he brings eyeballs. So yeah, I'm sure. I don't know CM Punk personally. I only know friends of CM Punk. But I assure you, if it was up to him, he'd probably just shut the fuck up and disappear. I've heard a lot of wrestlers say that. Carino said that. A couple wrestlers like, yeah, if I didn't have to fucking do social media, I wouldn't. But, it's part of the job. So, yeah, he does bitch a lot. He does complain a lot. Sometimes it's ridiculous. But you got to remember, back when he wasn't talking, people were like, how dare he not talk? So, yeah. Let's see. Muhammad says, anyone here wants the Terminator in the WWE roster? If you agree, give me a hell yeah. All right, so we'll see if anyone does. Let's see. David, why are you talking in a different mic? And no offense, but your earpiece makes you look like you're in the movie. In the movie, something about Mary when they're asking what's on your ear. Is it hair gel? Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't really need it. There you go. Maybe it's just lost my voice. I don't know. So yeah. David, why are you talking? Oh, well, we already answered that. Monte Johnson. Yo, Coco, tell me you smiled when Rollins broke Cena's shit. I want to say I was a bigger man and didn't enjoy it. That's what I want to say. That's the route I want to go. But no, I didn't. So there you go. Let's hope it's serious and he misses some time. No, he won't. I mean, even if he can't wrestle, let's say they have to, he'll still cut promos. He'll still be there. He's not going to miss anything. I enjoy the channel. Keep it up, bro. Shout out from Baltimore. Sweet. Yeah, one of the trolls was from Baltimore. Baltimore. So some people love me, some people hate me. Appreciate it. I like Baltimore. I've spent a little time in Baltimore. Cash Money Brandon, you can't be the anti-diva then go on a show called Total Divas. Sir, you summed up what I was saying so well. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Jimmy King says, hey, if Luna smells like trout, you eat it out. Big old butts anyway. I give this show a small win for the first time. The theme of the episode. All right. Dog Wrestling 241. I'm done watching your show. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Let's see. I wonder if he's a podcaster. I always like it. Seeing boop boom 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 boom. Oh, he is. Oh, never mind. I don't want to pull a Dana White. I thought, you know. Yeah. Moving on. Next comment. Stutter 11. One of the only bright sparks tonight was Stardust mocking Neville. I guess NEV. I guess that's Neville. He much underrated with the skills on the mic and in the ring as well. And you missed speaking about this earlier. Shameful. Hang your head in shame. But hey, we all miss segments when Raw sends us to sleep twice as painful when you're still awake 5 a.m. in the morning. Well, I appreciate you for being forgiving. Yeah, I did forget. Sometimes I forget stuff. That's why, hopefully the comments come through. But appreciate it. Yeah, I got to wake up early to watch Raw. So, I'm always, cooking breakfast for the kids. And it's weird. It's weird because, time zones. It's weird because, LK, he's up to, 4 o'clock in the morning. American people are up till 1, and me, I'm just it's 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm a little late for lunch. Carlos says, did you see the Lethal vs. Strong match last Friday? It was epic. Yeah, I saw it, and LK Wrestling Reviews did a review of it on our channel, along with Strong vs. Sabre Jr. from Pro Wrestling Guerrilla a few months ago, Nakamura vs. Ibushi, Styles vs. Okada, Styles vs. Ibushi, Banks vs. Lynch, Mil Muertos vs. Phoenix, Castic match. That was, yeah. And Kyle O'Reilly versus Kushida are among my favorite matches of the year thus far. Yeah, it's been a good year for matches. It really has. It's absolutely awesome. Power play. My phone updated YouTube and announced spelling errors. Barely ever before. Always happens now. This is our billion-dollar company hard at work. Yeah, I got to talk to YouTube. YouTube is actually having an open conversation with me, and I'm trying to tell them how they can help the wrestling community. So I might make a video on it. I don't know. I might get a couple podcasters. But yeah, YouTube has been having conversations with me, and I'm like, no, it's horrible for the wrestling community. And I'm hoping that I can change that. I probably won't, but at least they know, we know, whatever. Moving on. Monte Johnson. That Kofi dance down the ring tonight, too funny. He's making the best of this New Day shit. He on his I don't care shit. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. The New Day thing is absolutely horrible, but all the athletes are destroying it. Renee Jackson says, do you watch Tough Enough? I'm going to be completely honest. I watched the first episode, reviewed it, and I watched the second episode, and I was like, oh, well, if it improves from the first episode, I'll keep watching. And maybe 10 minutes in, I turned it off, and every now and then people send me YouTube clips. So, yeah, that's as far as Tough Enough goes. I did watch the first full episode. I thought it had potential if it cut the bad stuff.
And then the second episode, it was like all the bad stuff. And I was like, dude, I'm done. So I've seen segments of it, but full episodes, only the first. I'm just not a big fan of reality television, especially, no. For reality TV to work, it has to be really, really good. And there's not much that's really, really good. Like, I used to say The Ultimate Fighter, but now I don't even watch The Ultimate Fighter. I know it's just a popularity contest, but still I watch it, especially after Patrick, the WWE superfan, was eliminated. I know he wasn't going to last long because he doesn't have the qualities that most WWE fans look for: charisma, great promo skills, witness, just to name a few. I don't know. All I know about Patrick is him and the white MMA guy. What's the white MMA guy's name? I apologize for not knowing. Tanner. If I'm wrong, I apologize. But Tanner and Patrick were the only one that impressed me on show one. And on the live audience, every member of Tough Enough got booed on stage except Patrick. Patrick was cheered. So we have a company that, has a racist problem. We have a company that says, oh, well, the voting is a lot different, and they rig votes all the time. None of that shit is fucking accurate. And, you have 5 minutes to vote, and then it's weird. It's like, do you honestly believe Nikki Bella, the Bellas, won Divas of the Year that year? Do you honestly believe, it's just, the game is rigged. And it's just sad because, like, reality television has higher standards than WWE does. And don't fuck with us, man. Just say it's pure entertainment. That's what I loved about NXT. NXT, it was like, oh, it's pure entertainment. Tough Enough, they're trying to, like, it's real. It's not fucking real. That, and also, if you ever watched the first episode of Tough Talk, which I watched, they don't interview. They interview every single competitor. They don't interview Patrick. The Moon. I read the new Wyatt member is Adam Rose as Lear Cougar, which could be something. If that's true, I find that to be interesting. Throw in Bo Dallas and Damian Sandow as well, and have Wyatts be collecting the lost souls of underused wrestlers. Figures they're speaking English. That wouldn't be too bad. That's why I always thought, like, New Day. New Day was supposed to be angry, and I think New Day could have really worked out as an angry faction if they just really had angry people. Like, it was so weird. It's like, we're angry, and it's Kofi Kingston. What is Kofi? It's weird. Yeah, and none of that, but for a racist company, there's not many white and black tag teams, or what, you ever notice they're all divided by their races. It's like the greatest, what was it, Team Angle. Team Angle was like groundbreaking. The Moon. I read the new Wyatt. Oh, I already read this one. Google screwed up YouTube. Well, hopefully they change it. What up, Koco? Sorry I was late, but I was too busy. You know what fuck it is. No problem. I can even come up with a good enough joke to cover up the stink of LOL Cena wins. Bless you, brother, for wasting so many hours on your life on Mondays to watch the 3-hour wrestling abortion that is Monday Night Raw. Yeah, it's a hobby. I schedule my out of the way to do it, and I try to do at least one podcast a day. And I don't know, like, hopefully they start throwing us more bones, and hopefully it gets better. Because, it's either you're going to have to be completely negative, like, other podcasters, or you're going to have to just start lying and say everything is awesome. I want to be honest on these shows, but I also want, like, there to be something to be excited about. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird. Google screwed up YouTube. Is there any way we can skip Raw reviews for a couple of Mondays? I get it. Most viewed and controversial show to review, but could we take a break from 3-hour root canal by dentist? Well, I noticed the reviews are going a lot shorter. We're going to comment time, and the comments control what we talk about after that. But yeah, I've been doing reviews on every day of the G1. No one's been watching it. I do the Wednesday room. I just try to do. Me personally, my goal is I try to do at least one podcast a day. I don't hit that up. Sometimes I hit like 3 or 4, and I would like to make the show shorter, but it's just not in me. I have a radio background and I like interacting, so I don't know. But that's the goal. Google screwed up YouTube. Plus, maybe we can convert people. Maybe there'll be a guy that's like, well, this fat guy, let's see what Lucha Underground's about. Let's see what New Japan's about. Google screwed up YouTube. If there's any way we can... Oh, we already read that one. Carlos, so are you going to do a Lucha Underground Season 1 review? Well, that sounds like a good idea. My personal picks, favorite match, most improved... Oh, okay, so here goes. So, favorite match, casket match, most improved, Havoc. Or storyline, that chick who looks for revenge for the boss. Favorite storyline, the Master of Pentagon Jr., feud of the season, Mil Muertos versus Phoenix. Favorite standard match, Angelico versus Mundo. Yeah, this is a good idea. MVP of the season, draw between Havoc, Pentagon Jr., Mil, and the boss. Favorite babyface, Sexy Star Phoenix, Havoc, heel, Mil Muertos, Pentagon. Yeah, maybe we can. I know we're going to do a pay-per-view profits. At least we're planning to do a pay-per-view profits for the 2-part pay-per-view. Carlos says, so, oh, we already did that. Guy online, this is American a la carte. Here we go. Here we go. Guy, check out this channel. American a la carte, we love you, man. You are part of the internet amateur. You're part of the Koco Sports family, but this is a hard one. Guy on internet who doesn't lie for views. Just rolls right off the tongue. American a la carte, with that, you better not tell a lie, sir. You better not tell a lie. With that, a lot of pressure with that. Raw had some good matches, but the entire show felt bland. Raw is boring. I just don't think they're taking any chances. I really, I think they just, I don't know. That's weird. Because, I agree. I don't know what to say. Cash Money Brandon says, you can't hold the NXT and US title belt, Cena, but you can hold the WWE Championship? I get it, but just don't like it. And Owens lose NXT title too soon if this was the way they were going to book him. I agree. He's just going to be that cool guy who has to put over the Golden Boys. Monte Johnson says Cena with a screwed up nose will win the WWE title now. You don't injure the company guy. Vince probably was losing his shit in Gorilla tonight. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I wouldn't, if years later, if Seth Rollins' career goes down to shitter, I wouldn't be surprised if this is it. I could see Seth Rollins sitting behind, either on kayfabe commentaries or You Shoot or RF video. I can see him be like, well, I had everything going on and that goddamn knee to the face. Now I'm here. Yeah, Vince definitely lost his shit. And there's going to probably be some type of punishment. Monte Johnson said Cena with his screwed up nose will win the WWE title now. You don't injure the company guy. Vince. Oh yeah, we already read this one. I'm sorry. Matt Panula. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I know you said to check out other shows, but you won't sweet talk me into that one. It's Dave Koco or Bust in his household. Best review show on YouTube, bar none. Thank you for such kind words. Thank you. Javier Olmo says Paige versus Sasha Banks was amazing. Cesaro versus Owens at SummerSlam would be great. All right. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know. Amazing. Yeah, it was good. The Moon. The idea of there being no John Cena fans is a magnificent concept. Congratulations, sir. Thank you. Thank you. I've been saying it for a while. The Moon, I love you, The Moon, but I am punch drunk, so reading comments live is the reason why I'm not in television. That and I look like this. But The Moon is like, he brings out the $10 words. He's like, I'm going to get Koco to stutter. Monte Johnson says, yo, Koco, so it's a 4-hour SummerSlam. What do you think about that? Well, there's the good part of me is like, well, really good matches will get more time. The realist in me is just like, they're just trying to make it seem more special, and it's still going to be shit. So we'll find out after SummerSlam. But usually SummerSlam, WrestleMania, they try. I think there'll be something special. I don't know. So there you go. And do you think Rollins loses the belt? I think it's the only problem is it can be Cena. As far as I didn't think Rollins was going to lose the belt, but now after the old nose broken thing, oh, John Cena can join the club of fake noses. After the John Cena thing, yeah, he might be. That needed a phase changed it. All right, Javier almost. Who will win? Who will be the next one online for the WWE World Championship after Cena loses it in a ton of shenanigan match and a non-clean finish. I don't know. I'm surprised. I think SummerSlam this year, there'll be a lot of shenanigans in that last main event. Someone earlier in the comments brought up Daniel Bryan. That would be good, but I don't know. American Alucard comes back. Summer Rae, a trained, pretty good in-ring wrestler, gets beat up and punked by non-wrestler. What the fuck, WWE? How? That's what they do. They don't give a shit about anything. That's just common. It's just, like, you're like, what the fuck, WWE? How? And my answer is WWE. Is Dolph Ziggler ever going to come back? I hope so, because he's on my Fighting Kangaroos at Fantasy Wrestling. All my Fantasy Wrestling guys, I'm in first place, but all of them are not fucking active. I hope he comes back. I hope. And when it comes to Fantasy Wrestling, me and Forsaken, we missed each other yesterday, but we plan on doing a Fantasy Wrestling catch-up show. Javier almost. Who will win the next? Who will be the next in line for the WWE World Championship if after? Okay, yeah. I don't know. There's been rumors Triple H. If Daniel Bryan does come back, that's a possibility. I wouldn't mind Cesaro. You got to think it's probably going to be a really good wrestler after SummerSlam. And then when it comes to WrestleMania, it will be more likely a sports entertainer or the members of the Shield. Let's see. Why? Okay. Stutter Levin says, it's far too clear Cena going over and predictable throughout the matches, and the heels never cheat anymore to get heat in any matches, which just makes him look even better. Snooze alert the whole match. American Alucard says, why is it that even black women in WWE turn heel? They become ghetto, neck, rolling bitches. It's a waste of Naomi and Tamina's talent. Sasha kind of pulls it off because it isn't over the top. It's just because they're racist. I mean, that's the thing. Like, kind of is crazy. The whole Hogan mess. It's just like, really, WWE's taking a stand. I'm hoping that they clean it up and they change the way it is. And maybe, the Benoit situation. They got rid of drugs and steroids allegedly. Well, maybe the whole Hogan situation, they'll get rid of racism in WWE allegedly. You can only hope. But, yeah, I don't know. And that's the thing. I don't know if he's full-blown racist or he's just out-of-touch white man racist. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, well, I don't know. It's interesting. Plus, right now, race situations are so sensitive compared to years past, which, hopefully in the long run turns out to be a good thing. Cappuccino 080 says, well, we all knew Cena was going to win because he was booked to, but he didn't get it for free this time. Rollins fucked up his nose. Pretty cool day today. Oh, man. Cash Money Brandon. And JBL, please kill the big match John. He lost the biggest match of his career versus The Rock. Then he beat him when he was hurt. They're never going to stop promoting John Cena. We got 10 more years of that. Javier almost says, is it just me or all African Americans on the same feud with the Primetime Players versus New Day? They just need to add R-Truth to the Primetime Players. Yeah, it does seem that way. Hopefully it changes. All right. Let's see. Going around, checking it out. Twitter, getting a lot of thank yous. Appreciate it. Okay, just podcasting. Sorry. It's funny because, like, trolls always make fun of me. Like, you're just a fucking loser who hangs out on YouTube. I'm like, no, that's what I want to be. But damn, Facebook, like, oh my God, if you don't answer me right now, we're going bankrupt. All right. And then, like, and the best part is, like, the answer is like, okay, sure. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to refresh. Let's refresh this bad one. Ba-ba-da! We're 36-2. Not too bad. Not too bad. We got a couple spam comments, which most likely will not be spam. Let's see. All right, here we go. Javier almost. Cash Money Brandon at GBL, please kill. Okay, is it just me? All right. Goody Nation Entertainment. That's T-Shon's channel. I tried to promote your channel, T-Shon, earlier, and I forgot the name of your channel. Goody Nation ENT is T-Shon. He says, "Yeah, so you solo tonight? It looks that way. It's like my high school prom." Power play. I'd ask the man to shoot Cena in the leg instead of me, but Cena would probably stop the bullet in a pile of doom. Oh, wait. Life doesn't happen like that. I wish I could get to the comments faster, because timing-wise, that would have been hilarious. Rage against PG. 10 things. All right, let's see. Let's break this down. All right, let's break it down. Rage against PG gets angry if we don't read it. Plus, he put so much effort into his comments, so we owe it to him. All right, Steph and Trips open the show, of course. Creatively flows to the WWE as the salmon that flows upstream in the winter. The main thing was that SummerSlam is now a 4-hour show. This does a few things. It makes SummerSlam seem more important than the 4,000 other pay-per-views they have. That's true. And it also gives more time for long matches. That's what I hope, but I don't know if that's science or if that's going to happen, but that's the dream. Let's just hope they give it the right matches and not Big Show versus Miz. Yeah, there's only one good match, and I'm looking forward to it, SummerSlam. I don't know. Is there any matches you're looking forward to? I mean, the tag match might be good, but the women's, I don't know. There's nothing but the Cesaro-Owens match. The only thing I'm looking forward to. I shouldn't have typed Big Show's name. Anyway, Big Show faced Dean Ambrose. Let's do some basic math to see who should win here. If two wrestlers of equal skill go one-on-one, there's a 50-50 chance. But Dean is a lunatic friend, so you got to give him a 25 to 75 chance. So that equals it out to 66 2/3 chance prevents. But if you take 75%, this is what is this, math? All right, and he has a Scott Steiner reference in there. All right, I love you, but no, I can't read the numbers and the math. That's why I have accountants. I always bust my accountant's balls. There's a Futurama joke, and every time he hands me like profits and fucking numbers and shit, I look at it and I go, "What is this? Math?" and he doesn't. He's Japanese, so he doesn't fucking get the Futurama references. And he's like, no, that's blah, 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 blah. He uses big words that I don't use. I'm like, so it's numbers, right? And the whole time, he does not get the joke. And, like, he must think I am the dumbest motherfucker ever. But it brings joy to my heart. Rusev brought Lana's Jr. a fish for the mouth-anniversary, I guess. Lana came and slapped Summer Rae, and Dolph Ziggler didn't come out because he's too busy filming a movie and being an asshole boyfriend. Yeah, that's it. I missed one. Paige tapped out to the bank statement, which was a huge movement, until Paige came out later and not even limping. Nice sell job. Yeah. This generation of fans really want pro wrestlers to sell a lot more, and I don't think it's happening. Even Japanese fans are complaining that people don't sell more. But yeah, I don't know. Wrestling has been so bad at selling that I don't even critique it anymore. Like, it's just like, I guess I'm becoming like a soft teacher. You're just like, all right, they're never going to get this. You pass. Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper had a promo. No one interrupted. Nothing happened. Just a promo about a lost dog once. Dogs in pro wrestling never fare well. Just ask Al Snow. And he also had Dog Ziggler. All right. Becky Lynch and Charlotte defeated Bella and Fox. The most memorable part was Becky Lynch got the win. I enjoy her style. And I love arm bars. I think arm bars are sexy. They make a big deal about Patrick being eliminated from Racist Enough. They sure are desperate for views for that reality show. Yeah. Well, Vince McMahon said even if USA cancels it, they're going to continue it on the network. So that's never a good sign. Randy Orton faced Kevin Owens. The commentary team talked about how monumental of a win it would be. Has he ever won a match by pinfall since he lost to John a second time? 0. How far the mighty have fallen. Yeah, but he gets to lose against Randy Orton. What an honor. John Cena faced Seth Rollins in a good match ruined by the finish, just like every other 2015 Cena match ever. If you're looking for a feud between Cena and Rollins, why would you have Cena go over? It's John Cena. Dun, 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 dun. Number 10, overall, the show made me want to run crying to Lucha Underground. Yeah, this week, the 2-part season finale, so hopefully People, check it out. If any people hearing the comment be read have not watched Lucha Underground, is essential to wrestling fans as air is to humans. The crowd was lame. I almost got into Owens Orton until Sheamus interfered. Yeah, I know that, but it seemed like it was Sheamus trying out for a Conan O'Brien show or something. There's so much great wrestling on TV. It's amazing. WWE's on top. It's just because it's hard for people to change, and people surround themselves with winners. Like like if you watch, like if the Democrats lose, Fox News will go up in ratings, and if the Republicans lose, MSNBC goes up in ratings. There is a thing wrong with the human masses that they live through other people's successes, even if it hurts themselves. People it's just crazy what people brag about and how loyal they are to corporations, and I don't know, it's just crazy. I can't see being loyal to something that you don't like, but people are. The crowd was like, okay, this is so great. Wrestling on TV, it's amazing on top. In conclusion, I'm so close to tapping out. John Cena is the man who killed wrestling. This is the closest I've actually ever been. I tapped out on TNA before and came back. I've always watched WC. Well, I haven't always watched WWE, but I've always, kept up with it. I was more of a WCW NWA fan growing up, and this is the part where there's not even hope. You know what I mean? And it's weird because WWE teases you with hope and then crushes your spirit, and then you're like, all right, well, maybe one day it'll get good. And I think I've been saying one day it might get good. Maybe a year after WCW was bought out. I thought, it was bad, but I don't think it was as bad as it is now. So WCW, the invasion happens. As soon as the invasion's over, which wasn't the best, but still it got worse. After that, what keeps me going watching a WWF product is me going, well, maybe one day it'll get better. But it's been 10 plus years, and NXT gives you hope. Dolph Ziggler, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, things give you hope, and then you just take it away. And it's just all right. And the thing is, WWE, they're very good at making money, but they also are very good at propaganda. How often do you hear this? Oh, well, it doesn't matter because fans always come back. That's fucking insane. Speaking of math and numbers, look at it. That's insane. You are an insane person. If you ever once said, well, maybe, I don't know, it's just propaganda works on you. If you're well, people say they're going to quit watching WWE and fucking they're back next week. Oh, no. Look at the numbers. Well, I wish I had my Japanese accountant. I'd be like, what is that, math? What do you got there, numbers? It's just, no. They're very good at propaganda, and they're very good at making short-term money. But they're not good at the product, and they're not good at making long-term. So we'll see. When John Cena doesn't work hard, Vince gets hard. That's a possibility. Raymond Jameson says, do you think NXT women will make the Divas step up their game? I think they already have. I mean, look at Nikki Bella before Charlotte and all of them popped up on the scene. I honestly believe the NXT women have already, Nikki Bella is the best she's ever been, and it's not because she's a good person. She just knows, right now she's trying to be the leader, and it's working. The fact that Paige has to kiss her ass is fucking utterly ridiculous. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Don't forget to read my 10 things if you didn't already, Dave. Oh, see, we're reading SPG. Totals nonstop action. Sup, Coco? DVR'd Raw. Worth the watch? No. John Cena gets his nose busted up pretty bad. Everything else is worth fast forwarding. It's not bad. That's the thing. If you got nothing to do, then watch it. But, nothing happens. Nothing happens. It's a weird Raw total nonstop action. If you have 3 hours to waste and you have popcorn, play it in the background, and just pay attention when Cena gets his nose busted, then, yeah, maybe it's worth your time. But, if you're going to go and, wow, I want to be entertained, it's not worth your time. Even if you're a WWE loyalist, it's not worth your time. Nothing moved forward. Everything was stuck. Power play. And the primetime players were enjoyable, but I don't know if it's, if you missed it, you missed it. It's, there's no, me watching this Monday Night Raw and you not watching it. Besides John Cena getting hit in the nose, there's nothing I gained from it. Nothing. So watch on your own discretion. Power play. John Cena versus Triple H versus Vince McMahon in a biggest ego match. Who wins? And his name looks weird in syllables. MC Mahala. Okay. All right. John Cena, Triple H, Vince McMahon, who has the biggest ego? Probably Vince McMahon. Yeah. Cappuccino 080 says, how much do you think the nose injury will affect Cena? It looked pretty swelled up. He might just have a couple nights off on house shows and not have wrestle, but we'll see. I'm sure WWE.com will get it out there. But trust me, if you think that John Cena is not going to be on television because you got a broken nose, well, you, sir, would be wrong. Javier almost says, I hate how wrestlers like Cesaro, Ziggler, Rollins, NXT women, Ambrose, Sandow, Rusev, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper have no push at all while they bust their asses making amazing matches and carrying the wrestling part of the company while Cena Orton receive all the pushes and title opportunities. Yeah, and that's, Javier, you just hit a home run. That's why I would never want to be a WWE wrestler. That's why, not that I have the looks or the fucking stamina or the athletic ability, but just a work environment. Why the fuck would you want to work in that work environment? It's just insane. It's insane. And if it was any other environment, people would start their own companies. I know, like, think about it. If it was any other form of entertainment, there'd be so many more Jeff Jarrett's. You think, I don't know if he still goes by this name for the sake of this conversation, do you think Puff Daddy is going to put up with this shit? Do you think, an actor, Kevin James, is going to put up with this shit? No, but pro wrestlers, they've got nowhere else to go. Yeah, it's just, it sucks. It sucks as a fan. It sucks as an athlete, and it's just a horrible situation. You are way better at kissing ass in WWE than being better at your job. Just TNA things. All right, 5 questions. An obsolete character on an absolute television show address a national celebrity. All right. I think they just had to fill in time, and it was popular. When the bad guys always lose, yeah, that's true. When Drew Galloway is an asshole, yeah, that's not working out. When your pay-per-view main event on free TV a few weeks after, but they got fucked with that. When you're so bad, the internet could blame the Ebola outbreak on you, and most people would accept it as fact. Yeah, TNA is going through some hard times, but TNA has their loyalists. But here's the thing: like, I defend TNA, and I like TNA, and TNA has potential. But it's one of those things where, like, TNA fans kind of bother me. I know, like, you're not supposed to say that because, like, they just blindly defend a product. And I think if you blindly defend a product, it doesn't improve. Like, I love New Japan. I'm probably a New Japan fanboy. And people turn it on and be like, you're negative towards New Japan. Well, yeah, if you're going to review something, you really review it. I think people blindly defend TNA because they hate WWE. But I also think there's the other route. I think people just make fun of TNA blindly over and over and over without watching it. Like Rage Against PG, you bring up stuff, but you obviously watch it. There are people, like when I put up my TNA review, especially on Facebook, Facebook loves it, they'll always kick TNA. And I always be like, all right, do you watch it? I'm like, no. And it's kind of crazy. So TNA is in a weird spot where I think fans become super fans and don't critique it, and that doesn't improve. But also I think that people absolutely hate TNA that don't watch it and don't know what's going on. And TNA is going through some hard times right now, and I hope they get it together. I think, in my humble opinion, I think TNA and WWE right now are both hurting for fan-wise. But I think TNA is closer to turning a good product than WWE is. And I don't know if that's always the case. I think when NXT was rocking and they highlighted the NXT people, I thought WWE had a better chance, but then, it goes back and forth. But TNA and WWE remind me of McDonald's and Burger King, Democrat, Republican. People are going to argue about it, but do they really even know about the other, is there that much of a difference? TNA has their problems. People pick on it, and I hope they fix it. The Beatdown Clan, that's something that hurt me bad, like as a fan. And that's just something with Lucha Underground and Hernandez. And Hernandez is either an idiot or fucked TNA really, really bad. But TNA has some good things going for it. And plus, right now, I think EC3 is one of the most entertaining heels going. Granted, last week EC3 was on the show, but they have some positives. They really do. But they have a lot of negatives, too. And the problem is no one calls it down the middle. No one. You go, TNA is awesome! Fucking WWE sucks! TNA is absolutely fantastic! Or you have, I don't watch TNA for 12 years and it's horrible. All I say is that if you like TNA or hate TNA, just be honest. I think too many people that love TNA lie, and too many people that hate TNA lie about watching it. And I don't know. Hopefully it does good. Maybe Jarrett's Global Force will change that, but who knows? I just want good pro wrestling products to be popular. That's it. That's what I want. So when I watch TNA, when I watch WWE, when I watch Lucha Underground, when I watch New Japan or any other pro wrestling company, I'm always reviewing, like, this is the show I'd want. This is what they do good. This is what they do bad. I don't think enough people do that. Rage Against PG. It's a Manatees night. Can we let the Manatees die? Manatees was that segment that I did that thought would get over, and only like 3 or 4 people loved it. Manatees. Together we are strong, Lennox Wooderson. Yeah, this is on Lennox Wooderson. Lennox Wooderson, I did a segment. It was a horrible idea. It did not go well, and you guys won't let it die. Rage Against PCC's Manatees equal ratings, equal contracts. There you go. I am Mikey with a news break here. Says New Japan, and currently G1 Climax is. Oh, okay. No, this is opinion. New Japan and currently G1 Climax is the best pro wrestling tourney going on next to PWG Bayola 2015 in August. I got to get into Pro Wrestling Guerrilla. That's one of those things that I just feel embarrassed about. Like when I hang out with the big boys at the pro wrestling table, I'm like, yeah, New Japan, Dragon Gate, Noah, woo, yeah, Lucha Underground, CMLL, AAA, I'm there, Ring of Honor, woohoo! And they're like, yeah, you watch Pro Wrestling Guerrilla? I'm like, actually, I don't. I need to watch it. Maybe I should start with the Bola tournament. I don't know if they have live streams or anything. But yeah, WWE is going to play it safe, Coco, all the way until SummerSlam, in my opinion. Yeah, I agree with that. 2015 overall halfway, it has been a year of the alternatives, and never before in pro wrestling history has so many pro wrestling promotions outside of WWE have been getting TV exposure. Yeah, and WWE is even trying to eliminate that now and making global waves. Speaking of which, the recent TNA Impact tapings, the Global Force Wrestling vs. TNA program is underway. I hope that goes well. I'm a little worried about it, to be honest. Word has it that all new talent made their debuts return. Trevor Lee, Brian Myers, a.k.a. Kurt Hawkins, Chris Masters, PJ Black, Dutt, just to name a few, were in the Impact Zone. All right, so it should be interesting. It really should. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little nervous. I'm really nervous about the Global Force TNA thing, but I'm looking forward to it. Jose Costa says, yeah, it's weird that JBL put Cena over so much when storyline Cena buried and killed JBL main event status. After Cena beat JBL at WrestleMania 21, he never won the belt again. Rage Against PG says, good night, sir. Good night. Thank you for being part of the show. We'll just get a couple more comments in and then wrap this bad boy up. I can still go. It feels a lot later. But yeah, I'll try to get as many comments as I can. It's cool if you can't stay the whole show. People are awesome. Stutter 11. The only way WWE changes when Vince has died. That's just the truth of the matter. Then we might get back to pro wrestling with Triple H at the helm, where all the old men, where all be old men by then and women. Okay, yeah, I'm hoping. This is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping WrestleMania is an all Vince McMahon show, and it's his last show, and he breaks attendance records, and he goes out on top. And that's what I'm hoping for. I think the WrestleMania in Dallas, bring in all his friends. Obviously, he's not going to invite Hogan, but bring in all the old timers and just have one last send off, break the attendance record, and then Vince McMahon, no matter what happens, no matter what shaky ground WWE is on, he can be like, well, I left on top. But I don't know. I don't know if that will happen, but that's what I'm hoping for. Cashman Brandy says, you could take the best from the Lakers all time versus the Bulls and Celtics, and I still think the Lakers would win. All right. I don't know where that's going. Cash Brody Brandon, are you just randomly saying stuff? It's okay. I'm a huge Bulls fan. I like the Lakers, Celtics. I grew up a Nets fan. I haven't watched the NBA in a while. That's one thing I stopped watching. I don't know, like once Michael Jordan left, I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I mean, I still stayed around a little bit. It's just my team. Like, I love the New Jersey Nets. They don't exist. Now they're the Brooklyn Nets. And the Orlando Magic, I had to tap out on. I just had it like the Orlando Magic, they always get great players and then they get traded. And, I had tickets all the time. I had like not season tickets, but half season tickets, like where you just go to the weekend games. I had like a ticket package for the Orlando Magic, and I just couldn't, dude. I'd be like, all right, McGrady, all right, Penny, Shaq, all right, fucking, we got nobody. Is that what you're telling me? We got nobody, and it's just like, I can't. I just don't have the energy. But yeah, I think, yeah, no. Well, let's see. Best of the Lakers versus the best, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to actually break it down. I still think the Chicago Bulls teams are the best teams of all time. I believe that. I think they're the definition of a team. But the Lakers had some amazing powerhouses, and the Celtics, they had some great players too. I don't know. I love talking old school basketball. Like, you tell me today, like, I have no idea if LeBron James is good. I have no idea. Ever since Kobe and Shaq broke up, I was like, you know what? I'm done. It ain't even fucking fun anymore. I'm just basketball, not just Kobe and Shaq. AC Dub Rims 24. What do you think that Vince sees in John Cena to keep making him number one in the company? He's not the biggest. He's not the strongest. When he's not even the most popular one in the company, why doesn't he just move on to someone else like he did? That was so hard to do. Because Stephanie McMahon chose him. It was Stephanie McMahon's first big thing as being, a part of WWE. She was the chosen one. And not only that, but he's very stubborn. He doesn't want to prove his daughter picked the wrong guy. He doesn't want to say he picked the wrong guy. He has no legit competition. If there was legit competition, John Cena's career would be over. He would be, he would just be gone. They wouldn't fucking deal with that shit. It's just he has no legit competition, and he wants to prove people wrong, and he's very stubborn. In a good way. Sometimes the stubbornness is good for his business, and sometimes the stubbornness is horrible for his product. But, yeah. Allison Laporte says, hi. Hey, what's going on? Sorry, my comments are so late. The guy, American Alec, it's so hard to say guy online. The New Day and Kofi's claps were the best parts of Raw. Yeah, they're very entertaining. I enjoyed the tag. The tag team part was very good sports entertainment. TJ Armars, the best part of Raw were the Ultima Lucha commercials playing during Raw. That's awesome. Based on the commercial I saw, it's going to be an amazing show. Will you guys do a review for Ultima Lucha like you did for G1 Climax, ROH, for Dishonor? That is the plan. And we actually plan on doing a pay-per-view profit for it, too. I am Mikey. Mike Ashman says, with the WWE 2K16 games coming out with larger rosters, including any online mods, what pro wrestling promotion would you make as the next pro wrestling video game release? New Japan. Just because Japan, they buy video games and they love it, and they buy the merchandise, and Japan hasn't had a good video game in a while. And the thing is about New Japan, they'll work with other people, so you'll get all the Japan companies. You might get a couple luchador wrestlers. They would just be willing to work with anyone. So I think it's way beyond overdone. Like right now, your biggest sponsor / ownership, whatever, your name sponsor is a gaming company. it's card games, but still. And you got Okada and Nakamura. And as someone who works with children in Japan, no one talked about pro wrestling when I first moved here. No one. It was an old man sport. It was that now Nakamura and Okada has changed that. Everyone knows who Nakamura is. Everyone knows who Okada is. And Tanahashi's not as popular. Tanahashi says he's popular, but Tanahashi, have you been around kids? No one fucking wants to be you. So I think the New Japan video game has to come out. Like the fact that it has, and the problem with New Japan is they don't have the balls to fucking be like, oh, let's go into another country. They don't have they calculate. They do the math and the numbers way too much, and they just have to take a chance. And New Japan and Japan, they have video games, sport games that are exclusive to just Japan, and they sell like crazy. They just sell like crazy. That I didn't see those titles in America, and I don't know. I haven't been to America in a long time, but FIFA isn't the biggest soccer selling game here. Winning 11 is. But when I was in America, I never saw Winning 11 anywhere. I don't know if they sell Winning 11 now in America. I don't know if they sell Winning 11 now anywhere else in the world. But yeah, EA Sports FIFA isn't the number one selling game. Everyone plays Winning 11. And you could do that with New Japan and all that, but if you make the game good enough, people are going to buy it. People are going to go crazy. So yeah, I think New Japan has to. And not only that, but New Japan would team up with a lot of people. I don't think Pro Wrestling Guerrilla has enough money just because, it's an indie. I don't think ROH has it. TNA might, but I think TNA right now has to figure out a lot more problems than a video game. So yeah. AC Dub Ribs 24. Dave, I saw your broadcast about Hulk Hogan an hour before the show. I just wanted to know that your plan is, after you probably heard the full audio, what he said. I don't feel very shocked and disgusted. I can't believe what he said after that. I just think it's completely sad. I might do a show with Rob, because Rob wanted to do a follow-up show, but just real life got in the way. I might do a follow-up show, but my overall opinion about Hulk Hogan, and I'll try to keep this short, is that it's just overall sad. Like every aspect of it. First off, Bubba the Love Sponge is a scumbag. Hulk Hogan is a racist, and he was portrayed so perfect that people know. WWE firing him is very hypocritical. I know a lot of people they're sticking by WWE's side, and that once you do that, there won't be a change. You can't stick by the side of a corporation because they're like, yeah, well, we're not racist, and it obviously is. Del Rio, it just if I don't care where you stand on this, just please don't stand with WWE. If you think he should have been fired, hey, go for it. But then WWE has to change a lot of what it does. A lot of what it does. And it's just sad. And there's also another aspect that doesn't get talked about much, and it's just me, is they got this tape illegally. Now, granted, is he a scumbag? Yes. Is what he said horrible? Yes. I've heard people say a million times things worse backstage. A million times worse backstage. A million times worse backstage. And on top of that, it's just that's a private conversation, and I don't know. There's also that aspect of it. Like, Hulk Hogan's a scumbag, don't get me wrong. Bubba the Love Sponge is a scumbag. And it's just, no matter which way you look at the Hulk Hogan situation, it's a sad, sad story. Some people are like, I'm with Hogan, I'm with WWE. It's just no, it's sad on all parts. I'm hoping that through this, WWE improves. But, to anything else, it's just sad and ugly. But yeah, maybe we'll break it down, what he said and all that, and our thoughts on it. But I guess my summed up thoughts is it's sad on every angle, and hopefully it helps make the world a better place in the future. So there you go. Carlos, Manatees, oh, come on, the Manatees won't die. I'm gonna have to make a Manatees t-shirt. You're gonna have to buy it. I'm gonna become an evil capitalist right now. If we sell 97 Manatee shirts, no, I feel dirty just talking like that. Kevin Eric Snell says, not a lot of white/black tag teams. Dudley, okay, well, I guess there's wrong. Dudley Boys, Acolytes, Slater Gator, World's Greatest Tag Team, Lowdown, Air Boom, just off the top of my head. They're kind of a cliche, really. Yeah, the Dudley Boys, I give you credit. The Dudley Boys and World's Greatest Tag Team, I give you credit. But the rest, come on. Or they were tag teams for like a fucking week. They were, you know what I mean? Like, you can't be like, you're starting to be like the Hulk Hogan retweeting a white guy hanging out with a black guy. And be like, I'm not racist. No, come on. You're really going to count Slater Gator in this conversation? The Acolytes, okay, APA, that's another one. So yeah, I was wrong. I apologize. I just think, I don't know, like, I talked about this, and this is why it comes down to, WWE is a racist company, but here's the thing. We talk about where there is black wrestlers, where there's Asian wrestlers, where there's Mexican wrestlers, and we notice it. You don't notice that in the NFL. You don't notice that in Major League Baseball. You don't notice that, because it's the norm. Like, if you want, I'm sure there's a lot of NFL fans. It's really big in America. Maybe you can do it NFL or soccer. I'll just say football because, that covers the whole world. Football, if you went to a fan and said, oh, how many black men, how many Asian men, how many Mexican men are on your team? You wouldn't know. It just wouldn't, because it's not an issue. You wouldn't know. Like right now, I love the Tampa Bay Rays. I had no idea. I never in a million years could I guess what number the races are. But WWE has a racist problem because you can literally be like, yep, there's 2. There's 3. There's 4. They're a tag team. You know what I mean? And I think that's when this conversation leaves, then I think it will be a lot better. But until it leaves, there has to be a reason for it to leave. And as of now, there isn't a reason for it to leave. You know what I mean? Like, if you went to an average WWE fan and said, how many Asians do they have on the roster? They would know. How many Mexicans do you have on the roster? They would know. How many that? And I think that's where you have it. Well, like, if you went to a New York Yankees fan, now, granted, there's still some really hardcore racists out there, I assure you. But if you went to an average New York Yankees fan and said, how many black men play for the New York Yankees? They would look at you confused because they're like, well, what does that have to do with anything? And then they would be like, I have no idea. And I think until we get to that era where, you go to a Yankees fan or a WWE fan and say, hey, how many? And they give you a weird look and they're not sure where you're going, I think it will always be a racist problem. And hopefully Hogan, through this horrible situation, changes that. Google screwed up YouTube. I think you misunderstood me. No problem. I like your 6-hour marathon reviews. Oh, thank you, sir. I just would like to get your take on more interesting wrestling shows and topics. Well, we try to review as many shows as we can. This is just the one that gets... And a lot of times these shows are longer because we try to read all the comments. So, if I do a New Japan review show, there might be like 5 comments. And I'm like, all right, comments are done. But then I do a Raw review show. It's longer because there's a lot more comments. I just would like to get your take on more interesting wrestling shows and topics. Bring it up. Once the review's over, it's free-for-all. It turns into a Stump the Idiot, such as, who has a more stank pussy? I really thought this was going to be a serious question. Luna Vachon or John Cena? Luna Vachon is a sweetheart. I got to work with her in the Indies, and she is the sweetest person in the world. For the record, though, I do not know what her vagina smells like. I imagine it's John Cena. I'm just guessing. If John Cena buries a tree that falls in the woods, can anyone hear it? That will keep me up at night. How much Cena... That's the type of question, once you think about the answer, you find out more about yourself than the answer. Hold on, I'm dying here. Google screwed up YouTube. You're the man. If you were John Cena and you had to face John Cena, would you put yourself over or would you do the job to John Cena? Well, I mean, if I'm John Cena, and I don't know, because am I in control or am I just a passenger? Like, is John Cena still running John Cena, and I'm just inside their head, like in Pixar and Herman's head, like I'm just enjoying the view? Because if I'm just enjoying the view, then John Cena definitely beats John Cena, and maybe it's a 97 million hour epic. But if I'm controlling John Cena and I can change the world, well, then I have John Cena lose to John Cena. Wait, but nothing changes. Oh my God! Guy on the internet who doesn't lie for views. Takahashi was at the ROH Las Vegas show and faced ODB. Dear Terry Funk, please have ROH sign her and start at ROH Women's Division. That would be amazing. Yeah. Not only that, but women's wrestling is getting way so popular these days, and the athletes are doing some amazing things. Kevin Eric Snell says Cody Rhodes should leave Cena lend Cena his old face mask. All right, Cash Money Brandon says, okay, so Tom Brady gets suspended, but the guy who hikes the ball and feels on every play gets skate free. Sounds about right. Yeah, the whole Tom Brady thing is just ridiculous. I am a Buccaneers fan. I also grew up liking the Jets and the 49ers. But, yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. And not only that, but then it's got to the point where, like, I think in the world in general has to change its views. Not views, but laws and rules. Because, like, it makes no sense. So Tom Brady gets a 4-game, 5-game suspension, but you have murderers taking the field. It's just, it makes no sense. Like, Pete Rose's lifetime suspension looks really stupid. CM Punk being Chris Benoit looks really stupid. It's just, I mean, like, even the drug laws, it just, I don't know. I just wish we could, like, regroup. Like, humanity, let's get this shit together and let's make some new rules. Let's throw away the old ones and let's see if we can fucking fix this shit. In sports, too. Some of the rules are ridiculous. Like, to me, I don't live in America, so I imagine the Tom Grady thing was huge news. All I saw was Facebook, Twitter, and all that because, you know, I live in Japan, so I didn't get the full effect of it. But I was like, who gives a shit? Like, there's, I don't know, maybe I lived outside of America too long, but there's a lot of stories in the news that I see where, like, my first response is, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit, you know? Like, yeah, should he get in trouble? Definitely. But should it be, like, I think the videotaping of the plays was a million times worse than this. I think, I don't know. I just think the punishment and the rules in the world today are completely out of whack. Completely out of whack. So let's regroup. Humanity, regroup. We're gonna get rules that we all agree on. Oh God, that would take forever. All right, boom, 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 boom. Just refreshing stuff here. Oh, let me see. Refresh this bad boy. All right, Google Plus, no love, no love. Oh, we got a secret message. All right. Thanks for oh, someone's saying go Army. Nope. USMC, buddy. Semper Fi. All right, the Army Marine Corps thing. That feud never dies. All right, 40-2, not too bad. Let's get some spam comments and then let's rock out. Classic Wrestling Collection. Check out my channel if you're into old school WWE, WWF figures. Thanks. I actually am. I used to have a really nice collection in America, but then like it got so big it felt ridiculous, and then I gave it away to Pablo, and I think he sold it all. But yeah, I used to really be into the figures. Jerry, the editor, he's really into it. I was really into it, but then once my collection got so big, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? The same feeling I get when podcasts go too long. I was like, what am I doing? Monty Johnson says, am I the only one who thinks the whole diva storyline is stupid? I mean, it's cool that NXT wrestlers, not divas, are on the main stage, but it makes zero sense. They are to start a revolution. What about I'm on Raw to be the best? These girls were not friends on NXT. P.S. Bring the women's title back. The title looks like a toy from Toys R Us. Shake my head. I agree with you 100%. The only problem is you don't get Mrs. Cena and Mrs. McMahon. You don't get them their titles. Yeah, I mean their spotlight and all that. So I agree with you. Let's see. All right, there's one. All right, this will be the last batch of comments, most likely. So I'm going to try to hit it up a little bit quicker. TJ Omar says that match with the Lucha Dragons versus Los Matadors with commentary felt very stereotypical and just plain desperate from the WWE. But I've been noticing it too. That was some months now that the WWE has been taking shots at initiating Lucha Underground lately. Lucha Dragons, Los Matadors, comic book style storylines, and Neville and Stardust. WWE's biggest hypocritical company out there. No, they're just yes and no. It's just people like it, so people steal from it. Like WWE is still Vince McMahon is stealing everything he's ever been fucking a part of, except WrestleMania. Like, if you give Vince McMahon credit for WrestleMania, hey, he deserves that. He put his balls on the line and did something that was kind of groundbreaking. Everything else is stolen. Everything literally is stolen. Like, nothing he did was original. He's just very good at stealing ideas and marketing it. And right now, people love Lucha Underground, so he's stealing a couple of their ideas. Cappuccino, is Hulk Hogan really a racist? I bet any father that has reservations if his daughter dated another chick or a Middle Eastern guy or whatever, they don't necessarily make him anti-gay or racist, does it? Besides, he was supposed to be in private. Well, we've all said some awful things in private. I see your point. I think, yeah, it's just sad. Is he racist? I think racist is like the word buried. Everyone's going to have a different level of it. You know, like, you know, people will be like, oh, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I think, is Hogan a racist? It comes down to you. Because I think the word racist means something different to every single person. I don't think it's just like the word buried. I think it's different for every single person. Like, example, you know, if I see a Japanese friend and he says, oh, you like hamburgers. Some people will be like, that's racist. I'm white, I'm fat, whatever, you know. And some people are like, no, it's just a fucking joke. Get over yourself. So it really depends. Now, do I think Hogan's racist? Yeah. But at the same time, it's a private message and it's a private conversation. And yeah, people are angry. Like, I've said stuff that I regret in anger. I've said stuff, you know, and it's just a different world. It's a non-forgiving world, and hopefully it changes and it goes. I think it's ugly from everything. But I think, yeah, exactly. It's a private conversation. I think opens a lot of effing windows. A lot of effing windows. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's a shitty situation at every angle you look at it. Do I think Hogan's racist? I think he said racist shit, and I think he's, you know, yeah, I think he's racist. But still, like, I don't know. It's a tough situation. I think different people think different things. And on that, but if you travel the world, in America, they want to be so politically correct. If you travel the world, you're going to deal with racists. I own a company in China. I own a company in Russia. I own a company in Japan. I own a company in South America, and I own a company in North America. And yeah, you're gonna have to deal with racism and racist and all that to survive. But yeah, I really think everyone's racist. But the problem is, it feels good to call someone else a racist because it makes you feel like you're better. It's the same thing with minimum wage. People are like, I can't believe you want that guy to do minimum wage. I fucking work, man. Because, like, people hate minimum wage because it makes them feel good. People are racist because people like calling other people racist because it makes them feel good. And once you can do that, but you also got to think freedom of speech, all that. But I think no matter which way you look at it, it's fucked up. It is completely fucked up. And hopefully something good comes up out of this whole fucked up situation. Google screwed up YouTube. Dear sweet black baby Jesus, please keep R-Truth away from the primetime players. Vince would literally jerk himself off with fried chicken grease as he drinks watermelon-flavored grape juice at all racial stereotypes that new team would bring in versus the New Day. LOL. Google screwed up YouTube. I'm glad after the, you know, serious racist talk, that's the next comment. Give yourself the most awkward Barry Horowitz ever. TJ Amar says, you're planning on doing Ultimate Lucha predictions video this week? That is the plan, yes. Real life might get in the way, but yes. Boom Boom is off, and am I off? I don't know. That is the plan, The plan is we will do a pay-per-view profit / preview show. And yeah. And but I don't know how serious it'll be because you can read spoilers. Try not to read spoilers. I avoid spoilers. Cash Money Brandon. Becky Lynch stole part of Jeff Hardy's entrance, and Sheamus stole the beginning of Y2J's entrance, just facing different directions. Interesting. Yeah. Nice grab. I wouldn't have noticed that. I didn't notice it. Javier almost says, "Do you know when Kenta is coming back? I want to see the Atomi, Kenta versus Baylor match. Yeah, that should be amazing." No, I have no idea. There's a lot of guys. I don't know, especially in fantasy wrestling. If anyone could help me out, I need to know when Kane, Ziggler, the Usos, who else? Awesome Kong, and I'm forgetting one, and Ryback. All right, all 5 are missing in action, and I'm in first place. If anyone knows when they're returning, because I might be falling apart. Rome is falling apart. All right, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. All right, Javier almost says, is it just me, or Roman Reigns is more enjoyable lately? Yeah, as long as he's being him, as long as he ain't playing the part of John Cena, I could get behind if Roman Reigns doesn't act the way like Cena. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Cash Money Brandon, Alicia Fox took Eva Marie's spot in Team Bella. Well, good, I guess. I don't know. I have no response to that. Sorry, Cashman Brandon. You're saying, I think Alicia Fox is cute. That's my response to that. Javier almost. Do you know when Yuhan Nation's going to debut in NXT? I imagine. This is my theory. I have no spoilers, no inside information. Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn's the next big event, and I think that's when Yuhan Nation comes out. Plus, Brooklyn fans, and usually pro wrestling fans and internet fans, and will know who he is, and he'll get their response, hopefully. Let's see. I am Mike Ashman. Do you see Seth getting any backlash or heat? The Cena agents in the E that may start giving Seth the shitty booking on his way out as champ. Yeah, possibility. That's a fear. Cash Money Brandon. Is Paige trying to destroy Total Divas from the inside? No. She just realizes how much life is easier when you sell out. She's pulling a Sheamus. Monty Johnson says, am I the only one who thinks the whole Diva storyline is stupid? I think we already read this one, but yeah. Monday Night Jaw. Okay, Dave, how do we chat with more than 140 characters? You can follow me on Facebook or Google+, but Facebook is just actually, it's facebook.com/KocoSports, and it'll take you to my personal one because KocoSports is officially Facebook. Facebook.com/Combat Sports News. So, yeah. I made my personal page before I made my company page because I'm an idiot. So, yeah, you could just add there. Is Koco Sports hiring? We don't make very much money. So, if you're, going for a real job, then no. But if you, have a product you want to place or a podcast or want to be a part of the show or, want to help out, yeah. But, if you're here's my resume, I really need a job, I'm sorry, we're not at that place at all. And it also depends, what you can do, what you want to do. I don't know, how serious this question is. Is Koco Sports hiring someone that will make money for a living? No, we are not. We just don't have the income coming from this small company to do that. Are we hiring for people to help? Yeah, but we pay in high fives and Barry Horowitz's. So take that for what you want, Hulk Hogan. Javier Olmos says, where would you think Sandow could go to have success? I think, I know this is going to get a lot of heel heat. I think he would have a lot of success in TNA. I really do. Possibly in New Japan. He would have to step up his game a bit, in ring-wise. But I think he might be able to do it. I don't know. If he came to New Japan, that would be interesting. Lucha Underground, I don't know if he would fit. I think he would be maybe like a Marty Demoff. I don't know if he would fit in the Lucha Underground. Ring of Honor, possibility. When it comes to Ring of Honor and New Japan and stuff like that, I think he would have to really step up from what he's done in WWE, and I don't know if he can do that. And I don't mean that as an insult. Like, I honestly don't know. But in TNA, being a character, I think he could be good. I think he could be, like, not a carbon copy, but, like, the copy of the success of EC3. Cappuccino 0880 help me out. Winning 11 is pro evolution soccer in the West, and that is why I'm an idiot. Thank you, sir. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. AC Dub Rims 24 said, sorry about the typo. I'm disgusted and shocked. I don't know what typo, but no props. People make mistakes. Cashman Brandon, if they had proof of Jordan gambling, would the NBA put a lifetime ban on him? No. No, and I'm pretty sure they have proof of Jordan. I love Michael Jordan. He's one of my favorite athletes of all time. And, yeah, he gambled on basketball. They just sent him to baseball for a little bit so everything cooled down. I think just the penalties should match the crimes. I think we live in a world where the penalties don't match the crime. I just don't. Even in sports, you know, like let's just take. I'm not going to pick on Hogan, but Benoit was scrubbed from history, right? Hulk Hogan was scrubbed from history. CM Punk was scrubbed from history. What? Now, granted, I don't know where you lie on Hulk Hogan, but I'm pretty sure he's nowhere near. CM Punk leaving is nowhere near what Hulk Hogan and Benoit did. It's just in the world today. I think one of the biggest problems in the world today, and this ain't picking on America, this ain't picking on pro wrestling. This is a worldwide problem. The punishment and the rules do not make sense. Do not make sense. Like in Japan, you can be a pedophile and not get punished for as bad as smoking weed. Smoking weed is way worse than being a pedophile. As a matter of fact, who's the England Jon Stewart on HBO on YouTube? Damn it, I can't remember his name, but he did a show on this recently, and it was really, really good. But yeah, the punishment and the rules do not match up worldwide. It's absolutely insane. And I hope the world fixes that. In sports, pro wrestling, government, countries, even YouTube. The penalties do not make sense on YouTube. It's just like, I don't know. It's just rules and punishments are out of whack across the board. Across the board. Cash Money Brandon, if they had... Oh, okay. We were at AC Dub Ribs 24! For goodness sakes, Vince McMahon. You're right. Your daughter did choose the chosen one. Now, can we please move on to somebody else good? Lord, I can't believe I said that. Somebody please shoot me now. LOL. All right. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to do some refreshing. And then I think I'm going to go eat lunch. Just thought I'd give you an update. You don't get that on SportsCenter. All right. Boom, boom. Refresh. I said that was be the last batch, but I'm addicted to comments. 41 and 2. Not too bad. Not too bad. Thank you so much for all the likes, man. It really means a lot, especially a small show like us. No, I think that's it. I don't think there's actually any more comments. See, I look so unprofessional. I should have ended it there. Who's the big loser tonight? Koco. Koco's the big loser. Let me make up a comment. Koco, I love your show. Is there anything I could do for you? Why, thank you, Koco. You can. You can like, comment, and subscribe. Also, check out KocoSports.net. Leave a couple comments saying, hey, Jerry, it's your job to update the site, so don't be a scumbag. Now, like, comment, subscribe. I will be doing a G1 review later, and we'll be doing a Lucha Underground preview later. Thank you all for being part of this podcast, and whatever you do in life, be happy. Just to do you, be you. All right, KocoSports.net. Like, comment, subscribe. With that, I am over.